In the spirit of reconciliation, Football Alberta acknowledges that we play on the original territories of the people of the Treaty 7 region of southern Alberta, which includes the Blackfoot First Nation tribes of the Siksika, Piikani, and the Gina, the Stoney Nakoda First Nation tribes of Chiniki and Bearspaw and Goodstoney, along with the Tsuut'ina First Nation and the Métis Nation of Alberta Region 3. At this point in time, we'd like you to please stand if you're able. Remove your hats and caps for the playing of our national anthem.
2024 U17 Western Challenge. It's the first place game. Team Saskatchewan facing off against Team Manitoba. Welcome to McMahon Stadium here in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Tommy, we have seen some great football this week. Connor Toffin on play-by-play today, joined by my color commentator, Tommy Knitter, on this IC Live Procast. Like I said, some great football this week, and I think there's no doubt that from the beginning, barring a miracle, this was going to be the main event.
Yeah, Connor, great to be here, but you're absolutely correct. On Wednesday, both of these teams established themselves as the top contenders for this Western Challenge. We saw a dominant Team Alberta offense with a talented return game on special teams take over a half game against British Columbia. And we also saw Team Saskatchewan dominate in their semifinal game as well, Connor.
Remember, Team Saskatchewan, they got a full game in. They did go down a touchdown against Manitoba and then scored a whole ton of unanswered points, won in a blowout. Team Alberta was up 28-0 against Manitoba at halftime. We do have much better field conditions here today. It's been some on and off sprinkling rain or mist throughout the day a little bit, but it's not as hot as it was on Wednesday. There's a lot less smoke in the air, much better, pretty much perfect football conditions. It feels like it's about room temperature up here. So I think it's great conditions for both of these teams to play in, but with Alberta playing one less half of football than Saskatchewan, does that give the team in green a little bit of advantage today?
Yeah, two schools of thought on that. Saskatchewan gets 2 more quarters of development, 2 more quarters where they get to build that relationship between the players. On the other hand, Team Alberta only playing 2 quarters. Maybe they have a little bit more freshness in them, getting only a half game in here on Wednesday.
2 talented offenses here. Lots of weapons on either teams. And last game was pretty close as Team BC took the 3rd place game against Team Manitoba 12-9. We expecting another defensive showdown here? Do you think things are going to open up a little bit?
The first thing I want to highlight, both of these teams took advantage in the semifinals with special teams. Their special teams units are very well coached. I think today, with both of these teams being talented, it's going to come down to which team makes the fewest mistakes and generates more turnovers for the other team.
Talk about special teams. Team Alberta's got a kicker on their roster. Don't always see that. Sam Preston, he made a 26-yarder on Wednesday and was warming up from beyond that. Defense looks like Team Saskatchewan will be kicking off to start. And Team Alberta is going to get the ball first. They got a dangerous return man back there. Aaron Obo, number 2. Had a lot of big plays on Wednesday. They also got Joel Thorpe back there. He scored a touchdown as well against Team BC in that first half. Team Saskatchewan with a 34-6 win after a full 4 quarters against Team Manitoba to get here. Team Alberta shutting out Team BC and scoring 4 touchdowns in one half, winning 28-0. Both teams winning in a rout to get here. And now the 2 powerhouses will kick off here for the first place game in the 2024 U17 Western Challenge. Aaron Obo backed up to his own 10 on the return, brings it across the 20 in great coverage as Team Saskatchewan pins a dangerous returner back.
And great confidence from Team Saskatchewan here. They say, we watched the previous game. We know Obo's a dangerous returner, but all we need to do is do our jobs. Look at them fill the lanes properly. Great vice tackle, and you limit the talented return man only to the 20-yard line.
So Team Alberta 90 yards away from the end zone to start this game.
41 set here on offense for Alberta.
Harrison Heineman will start at quarterback. Toss out to Joel Thorpe. Has some room down the left side, but Team Saskatchewan rallies to the football. Great tackle there as Miller Childress got the first contact.
Nice toss play there, and Alberta might have gotten away with a crack block there. Usually that gets called on the wide side wide receiver, but great run, first down, sets your offense up for a 2nd and medium.
They'll spot it at the 25, 2nd, and half to go. Hinman will drop back for his first pass of the game. Goes outside, and Obo was totally covered there. No room with Cruz Simon Goller right there.
And quarterback Harrison Heineman. This guy is an electric quarterback. You see as his confidence develops throughout the game, he's going to start to take downfield threats. But that one there, it looks like he threw that into contested coverage. Really good job by Saskatchewan jumping that route on 2nd and 5.
Austin Barton back to return for Team Saskatchewan, standing just inside of his own 50, scored a touchdown. The Campbell Tartans receiver did in the game on Wednesday.
So a max protect punt. Looks like they're spacing out to a spread, 22 set, 2 backs.
Punt is up and away, low line drive. Going to take some bounces out of bounds just outside the Team Alberta 50. Doesn't look like a great punt, but it's about a 27-yard difference there. So with no return, not necessarily worst case result for Team Alberta.
A few things I always like highlighting. Special teams and starting field position. We see Team Alberta, their first possession starts on the 20-yard line. Team Saskatchewan continues the momentum. Their first possession is starting at the positive 51. 32 set here on their first down play. Looks like some swing motion.
Sam Bazarkowitz to start at quarterback. He's 1 for 1, finds a receiver right over the middle. It's Cam Lopston, his first catch on the day. First down, Team Saskatchewan.
I love it, and they put the bait out there, which is the swing pass. What that does is it freezes the secondary and the linebackers for Team Alberta. They're able to connect with the slant over the middle. Great play design and confidence there from Team Saskatchewan.
15-yard gain on play 1. Sam Lafreniere is the back. They'll give it to him. Not a ton of room over the middle. And a gain of maybe just 2. Team Alberta's defense stands up for the first time this game.
And it looked like a zone read concept there out of a 41 set for Team Saskatchewan. And really good job. That defensive end, I'm telling you, I walked down at field level. That is a massive human being and great play out of the LCI product there.
Correction 87, Sullivan Efabago.
2nd and 8. Feels like a big down here early. Bazarkowitz scanning the field, goes long to the right, has a couple receivers in the area. It hit the hands of Nolan Holmes, but just a bit out of reach.
And I want to highlight 2 Salisbury Sabres here. First off, you see the linebacker for Sal come make adjustment at the line of scrimmage, move his defensive tackle over. Great job. The corner, though, anytime that you've got 2 verticals and 2 over-the-top defenders, you need to close down to that defender. He is fortunate there after allowing number 11 behind him in coverage.
Seen a fake from the 36 in our 3rd place game with the punt team on the field. I don't think we'll see it here.
No comment on that fake. I didn't love it, Connor, but onto this one. I'm expecting Saskatchewan to pin them deep here.
Aaron Obo back to return. We'll see if he even gets a touch on the football or if Saskatchewan can angle it away from him. Looks like Nightingale onto punt. Apologies, that's Dominic Weens. Ball bounces at the 5, rolling towards the end zone. If Obo touches it here, he's got Saskatchewan in a no yards. So good call there by Obo just to fall on it. That ball is going to come out to about the 16.
Yep, again, take the no yards penalty there. Great angled punt by Saskatchewan. Yeah, anytime that you're in a single returner look, that means that returner has 65 yards sideline to sideline cover. Great job by the punter for Saskatchewan putting that out of reach of Obo. He doesn't field it cleanly, but he is able to take the no yards. We should be moving this ball forward for Team Alberta.
So it'll be a no yards penalty called against Saskatchewan.
Settle back. Team Alberta off of their own goal line. They started on the 20 last drive. Starting field position hasn't been great for Team Alberta. 4 more yards back. This drive will start at the 16. Heineman with Obo behind him. Handoff on play 1. It'll be important. They flipped it back, and O-lineman has it. Stands up hard to tackle those big guys. Boy, I want to get a look at this replay, Tommy. Take us through what happened there. It ended up in the hands of Jake Wicker, a 6'2", 305-pound O-lineman.
I think someone got a helmet on the football right here, and that ball pops out and fortunate to land in the offensive lineman out of the Holy Rosary Raiders. And as they say in the business, rumble, big man, rumble. Good to see the big dog with the football there.
Tell you what, as much as I wouldn't want to be tackling Aaron Obo as a defender, I don't know if I'd want to be tackling Jake Wicker anymore. So Alberta forced to the air. Heineman looking to the right into coverage. Was that caught? It was. Hit and yip. That ball was bouncing around everywhere, but it will be short of first down yardage.
Wow, the Griffin to Griffin connection comes out here early, and we highlighted Yip earlier in the week. Great job. Great concentration to come down with that football. But how about the jump from that Saskatchewan defender? That is so close from being 6 points. Great confidence from the Ernest Manning quarterback to deliver that ball there.
So both defenses standing up so far. Team Alberta on their second drive. They've yet to pick up a first down. Punt team is on the field. Nearly blocked. Saskatchewan got some pressure as Marco Cruzat was right there. Now on the return, it's Sam Lafreniere down the left side. He'll take it just outside the 40. Great starting field position once again for the team in green.
And Saskatchewan had a bunch of success with A-gap pressure earlier in the week. I'm surprised to see Team Alberta give up so much A-gap pressure there. Great job by that guard recognizing A-gap pressure, but you need to step in front of that. Don't allow someone down Main Street to go after that kick.
Marco Cruzat from the Archbishop O'Neill Titans has been right there, so close to a couple blocks. Nearly another one there. Saskatchewan starting from the 41. Zarkowitz, the lefty quarterback, looking to the right. Throws it, jump ball, too long for everyone. It'll be 2nd and 10. Perfect coverage there from Wasim Jakob.
And you'll see here they go back to that swing motion, but they have a smash concept up top with an 8 route and double curls underneath of it. Here, Team Alberta looked like they didn't fall for the bait on that swing pass. Great job by them to cover that down.
Jakob from the Emmy Lazert Voyageurs on the north side of Edmonton.
32 set here for Saskatchewan.
Passing down. Zarkowitz, quick look to the right, finds a receiver, but well short of the line to gain. Just a gain of a few there for Alex Fairbairn. And they punted from this similar situation last time from the 36. 3rd and 5, and it looks like the punt team is coming onto the field. I do see Dominic Weens out there.
Yeah, and not a lot there for Saskatchewan on 2nd down with that pass attempt. Great job by the Alberta secondary, rallying underneath, limiting that gain.
Defensive battle to start. 3rd and 5. Once again, you feel like if there was a fake on and they wanted to go for it, at this point of the field, they'd probably just leave the offense out at 3rd and 5.
You might be right with that, but again, talented special teams unit here for Saskatchewan. Let's see what they do with this punt.
Weens will punt it away. Last punt was pretty much perfect. This time Obo feels it inside his own 5. The ball is loose in the end zone. Obo falls on top. Now, what's the call going to be here? This could be a safety against Team Alberta. It is.
You know what? The blame for this play falls on me. And the reason why it falls on me is because on Wednesday, I highlighted Aaron Obo's ability to return the football. We see it here where he got a good read off the punter's leg, but he fumbles that punt. He gives up 2 there, and that's going to open up the scoring here today. That is a tough break for Team Alberta fans.
So Team Saskatchewan's offense will stay on the field, and that's why that field position matters so much. Anything can happen on special teams at this level. Also want to give a shout out to Cruz Simon Goler. Obo was able to pick the ball up. If Simon Goler is not right there, I think Obo still has some running room and a chance to recollect that football.
Absolutely correct. A safety's not the worst thing that can happen in that situation. 32 set with a pistol backfield.
Worst starting position of the day for Team Saskatchewan, but a dream. A jet sweep pass. Run down the right side is going absolutely nowhere for Austin Barton. Gain of 0, 2nd and 10.
And this is how you can tell this is a well-coached defensive unit here for Team Alberta. Look at the adjustment to this motion. Free safety is coming down. Sam has widened. They seal the edge, and the backside pursuit makes a tackle for a limited game. Excellent job, Team Alberta defense.
I'll say this, given the way that the defenses are playing in this game, if Team Alberta can get a stop here, that field position flip off the safety couldn't be the worst thing. Here's a pass out to Barton. There was lots of pressure on the quarterback. Bazarkowicz had to get rid of it. And so, yeah, there you go. Instead of being backed up on your own 1, you give up 2 points. And as long as Alberta can field this punt well, they're going to get pretty good field position.
This is a staple of a Matt Hassett defense. You get a double linebacker, A-gap cross blitz. The pressure is not enough to get there, but it is enough to disrupt the pass. Great job dialing up a pressure on 2nd and long. Forces Saskatchewan into a punt situation here.
Weens standing in his own 21, getting ready to punt it away. Obo still on to return here for Team Alberta, hoping to make up for his safety on the last return. He's standing in his own 35. He's electric. Can flip the game at a moment's notice. Some pressure here for Team Alberta. Weens got it away just in time, and it's a great punt. Obo fields it nicely over the shoulder. Now breaking down the right side across the 35, and Team Saskatchewan hustles to it. It takes the team to bring that guy down.
That is beautiful special teams all over the place. Great pressure here by Team Alberta. Great job to go for the punt without contacting the punter. You see Obo field that over his shoulder, get upfield, and here is the mark of a well-coached Saskatchewan team. See how diligent they are in maintaining their lanes. Great play there.
So the third opportunity of the game for Team Alberta's offense. Haven't picked up a first down in their previous 2 drives. They give it to Obo on a bit of a sweep. Down to the 45. Falling forward should be enough for a first down. Gain of 12 on first down.
Look at Obo's ability to change direction here. Full sprint, throw on the brakes, get upfield, use that block, and find the first down marker. This guy has been a difference maker for the Team Alberta offense, and it's unfortunate to see him on a knee here.
Yeah, he got up after the play and I was taking a knee a bit after. Assuming he can come back into this game, he'll get a steady dosage of touches on offense, but right now he's going to have to go out for a few plays.
Yeah, and you see Alberta adjust, and they are now, it looks like they're in their 5 wide receiver package here, so maybe a little bit of a lighter package, but maybe they are going to open up quarterback Harrison Hyman here on this series.
Haven't really got a good look at Joel Thorpe yet, who was pretty good on the ground last game.
It is such a luxury to have multiple dangerous ball carriers on Team Alberta, and you're absolutely correct. Look for him to get involved here in this series.
Team Alberta has 5 running backs on the roster. Quick snap, Heineman to the air. Going to the outside on a vert route. He's got someone. First down, a big play for Heaton Yip inside the Saskatchewan 30.
Is unreal. I want to highlight the RPO action, which brings up the linebackers, but this ball is thrown before the receiver is open and before Yip has his eyes back. Great job by Yip to track down that ball in the air, make the catch for a big gain, and that's a great pickup for Team Alberta on first down.
Folks, the CFL field is 65 yards wide. That's not a throw you'll see a lot from a grade 10 quarterback. That one nearly got intercepted as he was throwing it into the area of Darius Kwok.
Anytime that you've got two receivers in the same area, it's trouble. And we get an out curl concept here from Team Alberta, and the spacing is off. That curl should be over top of the out. You see there, one defender is able to guard two receivers. Miscommunication on Team Alberta.
Ball's at the 29-yard line. Not sure if Team Alberta's in field goal range yet. Talked before the game. Sam Preston had a 26-yarder on Wednesday. Heineman's looking for more. Has a man going to the end zone in the fingertips and out for Ben McCauley.
And we highlighted this kid's ability to throw the football, but he may have underthrown the receiver here. Looked like the receiver had space on the outside. Look at that separation he creates at the top of the route. Little bit of an underthrow, and that might go down as a drop.
I think Heineman had to put a little more air under that than he originally wanted to, given that there was some pressure.
Absolutely correct. And you know what? There's inches away from a big play for Team Alberta.
Okay, well, you can still come away with some points when you got a kicker like Sam Preston. A 36-yard attempt. Kick is up and good.
And that's why you pick a kicker. Great job from the Salisbury Sabre product. That's why you're on the roster, young man. Way to dial up 3 points.
All right, so if you're kicking 36-yarders as a grade 10 player, by the time that kid gets to be grade 12 and eventually into junior football, U Sports, collegiate of some sort, like, he already looks like he can hit from 40.
You know what, Connor? I'm not sure what the gym situation is like up in Sherwood Park or at Salisbury, but tell that young man to get in the weight room, and maybe those 35-yarders will extend out to 55-yarders one day.
I mean, and if you're at home, if you've ever tried kicking a field goal, a 36-yard, that's a deep one. Like, that's a deep kick, especially for a grade 10 player.
Couldn't agree more. Great confidence for the young kicker there. Great to see him strike it for 3.
All right, so remember, Team Alberta gave up that safety earlier, so now they take a lead that for the most part you'll really only see in Canadian football. 3-2 lead. Saskatchewan with a run down the left side. That was Caden Nightingale, had no room.
And Alberta dials up first down pressure here against the two-back formation for Saskatchewan. Really nice job sealing the edge, taking on the backs in the backfield. And hey, tackle for loss on first down sets them up for 2nd and 12, Team Saskatchewan.
Team Alberta's defense has been living in that Saskatchewan backfield. Looks like they might be dialing up some pressure here. 5 on the line of scrimmage, 6 will blitz. Bazarkowitz has to get it away quickly over the middle. It was intended for Fairbairn. What a throw, what a catch to the Saskatchewan 53.
This is a CFL caliber play right here. Great decision by that quarterback. Look at the confidence. He recognizes the pressure, delivers a strike over the middle. Big league play out of the quarterback there.
Tell you what, Fairbairn caught that with his body.
Call that a possession catch.
Yeah, if we had instant replay, I would love to see if that one hit the ground. It was really close, but I think, based off that look and one look at it from me, I think that might be the right call there from the officials. New set of sticks for Saskatchewan. Another run up the middle and another wall from that Alberta D-line. They are winning just about every rep right now. That one, Cohen Boucher getting the first touch on the running back.
And that was interesting to see. They did a reset motion there after running to the line of scrimmage, and it looked like they may have audibled into this run. But Team Alberta, anytime that you've got 4 defenders in the backfield, shoulder pad square, helmet in the hole, it's tough to run the ball on first down.
We'll move it back a yard. 2nd and 11. Another passing situation for the lefty quarterback. They go play action. Oh, they got a receiver behind the defense. They find him. Nolan Holmes. Touchdown. 57 yards. Saskatchewan takes the lead.
And that is a great connection from Saskatchewan. Great recognition there. Unfortunately, this is the second time for defensive back number 21 out of Salisbury that he is caught cheating. He is trying to jump an underneath route, and hey, pal, you got a vertical screaming over your shoulder right now. Great recognition by the Saskatchewan quarterback. They dial that play up for 6.
A dime as well from Sam Bazarkowitz.
Looks like a flood concept where they ran a deep out and a vert, and it just seemed like that corner got a little bit greedy, thinking he was going to jump the out when the ball came over his shoulder.
Kai Griffin on for the extra point. Looking to make it a 6-point lead. Fumble on the snap. Griffin will take it back and goes to the ground.
And we
So it'll
saw
stay
it
8-3.
earlier how important these games are and how they come down to points like this. We fumble that snap. Okay, back to this touchdown. Yes, okay, it's a flood concept. Yeah, anytime that you get a flood concept as a corner, you need to always not lose your vision on that number 1 receiver. And I've seen number 21, Liam Campbell, twice now lose his vision on that number 11 receiver, Nolan Holmes, out of Saskatoon, the Waka Warriors program.
So Team Alberta getting ready to receive.
And I want to highlight one more thing. We talk about coaching from the booth. The thing that these great programs do is they recognize things like that. They attacked that earlier. They come back to it. They have the confidence to do it, and they're up 8-3 here with 4 seconds left in the first quarter.
Yeah, once you get to a level like this, with coaching like this, no play like that is a mistake. You don't just run into a 57-yard touchdown. That's something that they've set up. It's something they've seen prior.
Absolutely correct, Connor, and that is the strength of these programs, and that's why you see teams like Team Alberta and Team Saskatchewan dominating at this level.
So maybe just time for the kickoff return, then we'll go to the quarter break. They kick it towards Obo, fields it off of a hop. Dangerous returner with a chance, tries to bounce it to the outside. Team Saskatchewan will take him down, no flags. That'll be the last play of the quarter. Team Saskatchewan with an 8-3 lead against Team Alberta after 12.
Number 38, Tucker.
Break it down, kick the dust, make the ceiling spin. I love it when you again and again and again, again and again, again and again and again. I love it when you again and again and again. Oh, just let it believe and trust it, got it, have it, love it, love it.
Back at McMahon Stadium, 2024 U17 Western Challenge. First place game is a rivalry one between Team Saskatchewan and Team Alberta, who just gave up a touchdown. Now down 8-3 with the ball inside their own 30.
Always interesting to see how teams respond after giving up points.
Heineman still in at quarterback. Goes out wide and somehow in coverage. Team Alberta comes away with a reception. I believe that is, it's Ben McCauley with the strong hands out of the Notre Dame Red Deer Cougars.
What a job Ben does by separating himself from the defender. He walls off the defender with that big frame, goes up and attacks the football. That's a great play and way to build some confidence with your quarterback.
With the way these two defenses are playing right now, it seems like the difficulty has been ratcheted up about 10 notches. It's hard to just get 5 yards in this one. They're going to hand it off to Obo. There's some room down the right side. Saskatchewan swarming to the football. They need the 39, but Obo breaks free and is going to get a lot more.
This player not only has the ability to stop and go on a dime, he has excellent decision making. He has great patience. What a run by Obo here. Look at this. Starts upfield, bounces it to the outside, beats him with speed. Upfield, great effort by number 82 to make that block, and that's a great run by Obo.
Stenham Weber with the block. They're going to go to the air. Heineman going deep into the post, looking for McCauley, and the throw falls just short, trying to find McCauley in the post.
And really good route there. And what you'll see here is this field corner gets his eyes in the backfield and he loses track of this 8 route. There was some separation there. Unfortunately for Team Alberta, we do not connect on another 8 route.
Ball at the 47-yard line. And a 2nd and 10 for Team Alberta. First drive of the second quarter, down by 5. Heineman looking over the middle, tried to fit it into a tight window to Heaton Yip. There's a flag on the play from the near side official, and this could be in the area of a pass interference.
I thought this was excellent coverage out of Saskatchewan. I'm eager to see this replay. Oh, maybe there's a grab and a reach there. Yeah.
Ooh, that's bang, bang.
Yeah, it's very close, but anytime that defender's arm is extended, and I'm talking about that right arm grabbing the jersey, it's an easy call for that backfield official. That's pass interference.
So 1st and 10 for Team Alberta.
Against the defense, it's going to be a spot foul, so the ball will be marked.
Spot foul at the Saskatchewan 34.
For Alberta.
Pretty close to perfect coverage from Saskatchewan, but the contact coming a little early. Obo run up the right side, bounces it back to the left. Obo with some space across the edge, makes a man miss, and he's dragged down by the back of his jersey, but what should have been a loss of 2 or 3 turns into a first down.
I love this play design from Dennis Holloway-Chuck. A split zone look. He takes it to the boundary. There is nothing there. Great ball carriers like Obo are able to sense where they need to go next, and you see it there. He's able to run for another first down.
Maybe a touchdown-saving tackle there from Owen Topping, the defensive lineman from the Holy Cross Crusaders. Heineman to the air, looking for the end zone, into triple coverage. Oh, no way. What a catch for Team Alberta. Touchdown. That's Tyler Clausey. Coach is going to like that one.
Put Cochrane, Alberta on the map, young fella, in triple coverage. What do we tell you to do? We tell you to go get that football. He might be 5'6", but it does not matter. Look at Clazy. He says, I am him. Go up and get it, young fella. Put your team back up. Team Alberta, 9-8. Cochrane Cobras, way to be. Jazzed up here, Connor.
A little bit, eh?
What a throw, and I want to highlight the patience out of Heineman. You see him settle in that pocket, and he has confidence, pushes off his back foot, and delivers an excellent touchdown pass. It's plays like this that stand out on the film. Watch his confidence here. 1, 2, 3, settle that back foot, and the ball is high and outside, over top of 3 defenders, put him on a poster.
I mean, to my eyes, there's nothing there. It's just a perfect throw to a point where somehow you're throwing into triple coverage, yet only your receiver and your receiver, Tommy, can come down with it.
What a play. Excellent job by both players there. And hey, shout out to that offensive line there. Anytime that you can pick up the protection and give your quarterback clear vision, he is going to build his confidence, and it's throws like that that are going to separate the winner from the loser here in our gold medal game today.
If you can't tell, Tommy Knitter coaching for the Cochrane Cobras. So that's where we get so fired up for a catch like that. It must be nice to see a receiver that you're coming into the season with making a play like that in a game like this.
I just want to say, I am a fan of football in Alberta. I'm a fan. And seeing plays like that, I get jacked up. Great strike from the Griffins, connecting with Cochrane. Well done there. And hey, Alberta's up 10-8.
Extra point was good as well, so 2-point lead now for Alberta. Some high-level football being played from McMahon Stadium. How will Saskatchewan respond? Nightingale with a chance on the return. Takes it up the middle, met at the 30-yard line, and he will not go any further.
And great contact there. Even though maybe Team Alberta took the worst of that blow, great job by Team Alberta teammates rallying to the football. This is high-level play, man. Great job. And it's the first time I've said his name today. I said it a dozen times on Wednesday. Logan Hurlburt is a special teams force for Team Alberta. Great job filling on that kickoff.
So now how will Saskatchewan respond? Bizarkowitz rolling to the left, going deep, looking for it all on play one, and it's well defended into double coverage. They were looking for Logan Peterson.
Yeah, and you know what? Dernan Dyer out of Spruce Grove makes a great play on this football. Look at this free safety. He reads this the entire way. He's one step away here from making an interception. Great job by number 84 for Saskatchewan to go back to get that football. Probably saves his team from a turnover right there.
One of those times where you really turn into a defensive back more than a wide receiver.
And at this U17 all-star level, what distinguishes the receivers is the ability to go attack the football. To all those young receivers watching at home, when you're going for a football, go attack it with your hands.
2nd and 10. Momentum starting to flip into Alberta's favor, but Saskatchewan can stop it all with one play. Over to Austin Barton, it's a drop. Barton had a first down, but he couldn't quite reel it in. Saskatchewan's going to have to punt it away.
Interesting. Looked like a little bit of a match concept here in the boundary as both defenders were over the top with a wall player underneath. Maybe that was just some off-man coverage, but a different look that Saskatchewan is unable to take advantage of there. They had a lot of success on 2nd down in their Wednesday game, attacking with those boundary side curls. Good to see that Alberta has that prepared on 2nd down.
Still lots of time in the second quarter. Feels like we fit a lot of action for having just played just over 15 minutes. Snap a little bit wide to Weens, but he gets it away. Good blocking there. Obo running up to get it. Has some space on the left side. Cuts it back over the middle across the 50. Excellent starting field position here for Team Alberta. It'll be at the Saskatchewan 49.
Really good job fielding this punt cleanly. And you can see Obo does a good job of tracking that punter's leg before the ball is kicked. And he's so elusive. That one cut move, he gets positive yardage on every punt return. Very impressed with the Notre Dame product.
Team Alberta got a touchdown on their last drive. It was Tyler Clausey. They're only 49 yards away out to start this drive. Obo over the middle, falls forward, gain of a couple. And there's a bit of a wrestling match away from the play as well. Flags will stay in the pockets here.
It looks like a zone read concept here. So what that quarterback is taught is he is reading that end. If the end crashes, he is going to pull and run. If the end plays quarterback, he's going to hand it off. Great job by the end playing both there. May have had an audible there.
Yeah. Going for Clausey again. Oh, off the fingertips. Nearly reeled it in. Like you said there, Tommy, looked like Harrison Heineman was barking out instructions to the wide receivers just before the play.
Yeah, I think they audible to that. They recognized pressure and said, let's take another shot here. One of the things Clausey does well is he creates separation at the top of the route, but that one, it looks like he faded a little bit too hard there, just out of reach for him. Unfortunate for Team Alberta on 2nd and 8, puts them into a punt situation.
I will say, though, from a grade 10 quarterback, grade 10 receiver, really, that's an interceptable ball if you don't have elite talent on both ends of that play.
It's a cool concept. If you have faith in your players to audible at the line of scrimmage and take a shot like that, look for them to come back to that.
Punting units on, low line drive kick going to bounce near the end zone. Now Lafreniere has to get out of it. He does. He touched that football outside of the goal line and ran it back in, similar to what happened to Aaron Obo earlier. And nearly a safety. Saskatchewan's offense is now pinned inside their own 5. Great punt.
And late flag here. Interesting to see how this would have shaken out, as I believe the ball was touched before he was in the end zone, and then it was taken into the end zone and then returned out. But regardless, the penalty flag here is going to be a difference maker on field position.
Won't be a huge one if it's against Saskatchewan, because they have the ball spotted at their own 3 or 4 right now. So a penalty against Saskatchewan would only be a yard or 2. Against Team Alberta could be huge, backing the offense right off their goal line.
In amateur rules, if the returner runs the football out of the end zone, it should be an advancement to the 20-yard line.
Like you mentioned, though, it looked like he did touch it outside of the end zone first, and that's where that comes into play.
Great punt, though.
Yeah, really good punt.
Showing the strength of why you take a kicker on your roster. Some of the earlier games, maybe some weakness in the kicking game. Well done by that punter, the Salisbury Sabre product.
So they're putting it at the 35 right now, which would tell me that they think that he touched it on the goal line. The tip of the football would just need to be over top, and then an unnecessary roughness on the play as well. So they're giving the ball to Saskatchewan at their own 35. Tell me if I'm wrong, Tommy. That's what they're saying there, right?
Very fortunate for Team Saskatchewan fans there.
Jet sweep pass. Taken back over the middle. Good decision because the Team Alberta was sending a blitz off of that right side of the D-line, so a pickup of 6 will set up second and manageable.
And Team Alberta does another great job of cutting off the run on the front side. Anytime you establish the edge on fly sweep, it limits the gain. Strong job by Saskatchewan to plant their foot in the ground, get upfield, and get a gain on first down.
Saskatchewan needs to get this offense going again. Scored a touchdown a couple drives ago, but it feels like it's been a while. Bizarkowitz ball fumbled and intercepted. Team Alberta, Tate Bradley on the return, taken down outside the 40. And this Team Saskatchewan offense is just out of sync right now.
This is why you do the tip drill if you're a defensive back. Look at this, off the hands, great awareness by number 4, out of Henry Wisewood, defensive back, Tate Bradley on the interception. Well done to generate a turnover for Team Alberta.
So instead of a first down for Saskatchewan, a turnover, an excellent field position once again for Team Alberta. Huge drive here. Handoff. Joel Thorpe this time in at running back. Yeah, he's a good runner too. A heavy runner. And there's a flag at the end of the play here as well, thrown by the back official.
And I just want to highlight, Alberta has moved back to this 2-back package where they have Obo as the weak side slot and the talented Thorpe at the tailback position. Anytime that you've got 2 dangerous ball carriers on the offense on the field at the same time, you need to be aware of where those guys are at all times. Great job and great run on first down.
There is a player down on the play, so we're awaiting a flag. I believe that's Logan Quiring from the George McDougall Mustangs. This flag at the end of the play could be big here. Back official, would that normally indicate this penalty is against Team Saskatchewan? Tough to tell. I didn't see anything.
It is tough to tell, and the reason why it was tough to tell is it was late. The flag seemed to come out very late, but we highlighted it in the first game. The difference between winning and losing in all-star games is often discipline, and we've seen it where, you know, we're starting to get a little bit of chippiness out here. The officials were letting the boys play in the first quarter, but they're starting to tighten things up here. So if I'm a coach, I'm telling my guys, hey, the officials are clamping down on the extracurriculars after the whistle. We need to clean this up.
So it was near the end on the tackle. There was some sort of an unnecessary roughness penalty called. Got to look at the replay. Didn't see much, but back official obviously had his eyes on something that we didn't get from our end cut. Obviously, back official was on the other side from that shot, so must have seen something.
And now you're forced into 1st and 20. Interesting to see what the Alberta offense does here as you have 20 yards to go.
Interesting to see the down go away. I thought they were just bringing it back to 2nd and long, but it is a 1st and 20. Unless there was a holding somewhere in there. They empty the backfield. They're going deep again. They have Obo. Oh, what an athletic play for Cruz Simon Goler out of the Wakaw Warriors.
And that's one that Heineman is going to want back. It looked like Obo had separation over the top. Great job looking off the safety. And this is just individual effort here from number 15 from Saskatchewan. Way to go up and attack the football. You may have just saved 6 points. Well done.
And instead of those 6 points, you're looking at a 2nd and 20 now from the Saskatchewan 53. See what Team Alberta has drawn up here. They will go to the air. Fake the swing pass, go screen to the other side. Joel Thorpe taken down to the line of scrimmage. Team Saskatchewan's defense stands strong once again.
This was a great play for Team Alberta on Wednesday, but you see here the timing's just a little bit off. The ball is delivered before the offensive line have fully released, and we allow an inside defender to make the tackle while we've got 2 offensive linemen trailing. Unfortunate to miss that there, but I do like the aggressive play calling from Team Alberta. It's 1st and 20. What do? We're going to take a shot over the top. 2nd down, we're going to fake, swing pass to the field side, come back to that backside screen. Too bad the timing's just not there.
That was Xavier Conley on the tackle. And he's the player down right now for Team Saskatchewan. So big stand by the defense. Not only do they stop Team Alberta, who were in plus territory. Conley, by the way, just ran off the sideline, so he'll be all right. But they also drove Team Alberta back 10 yards. We've seen some great punts from Sam Preston today. So punting from your opposing 53, a little harder than the opposing 43.
And it looks like a 11-man pressure here for Team Saskatchewan. Maybe they're trying to dial up something through the A-gap. Pay attention here.
Some pressure. There is pressure through the A-gap. Boy, oh boy, you can feel that one coming all week. It's Marco Cruzat. There's a player riding his jersey back. Cruzat still trying to fall forward. He's down at the 3. Big play for Team Saskatchewan.
I don't know what to say, guys. We highlighted it on the last punt. A-gap pressure is the worst thing that can happen on your punt, and we see it here. No one does a good job of getting in front of number 41. Look at how well he's coached. Hands together. He doesn't leave his feet. He takes the football off the punter's foot and runs that thing down to the 5-yard line. It is special players that make special plays, and Marco Cruzat out of Regina, the Archbishop O'Neill Titans, with the huge punt block.
I believe that was Lincoln Stewart trying to drag him down. He was doing everything not to let him into the end zone. Handoff. Lafreniere still on his feet, and now forward progress stops. He'll be down back at the 3-yard line.
Number 5, Samuel Lafreniere.
Another O lineman checking into the game now for Team Saskatchewan on second down.
Brought down for no gain.
Yeah, and this looks like weak side stretch, but any time that you've got that back working to the sidelines, you are doing a good job on defense, and that is the Ernest Manning product, doing an awesome job of stretching that run out there.
Second and goal from the 3. You think from this angle and from this close to the goal line, we're probably in 3-down territory. Lafreniere in the backfield. Over the middle! Flag on the play! 3 of them, actually. Every official seen that one. I think we're going to get a PI against Alberta.
Everything is magnified in the goal line, and unfortunately for the free safety from Team Alberta here, it looks like he is a little too eager on this as we step inside. And I apologize, that is number 17, that is the free safety, just a little bit early, and it's so tough to do as a defender on the goal line. But you take a penalty there, you award a first down, and it's going to be half the distance to the goal.
They put it on the 1.
Do not allow anything inside, whether it's a quarterback sneak, don't allow it.
Bazarkowitz, the quarterback, Lafreniere behind him. They will sneak. Bazarkowitz pushes into the end zone. Touchdown! Saskatchewan has the lead once again.
And this is the hallmark of Saskatchewan football. Get behind that big offensive line and find the first down. Look at the push by this O-line. On the trenches, in the trenches rather, the low person wins. And you see Saskatchewan offensive linemen moving their feet, driving for the touchdown.
There was a flag thrown after our replay was already over. It was way after the play. So that one possibly going to take effect on the kickoff, depending on what that call was.
One of the things that we said earlier, Connor, is the winner today is going to make the fewest mistakes on special teams, and we see Team Saskatchewan capitalizing off a block punt coming up with 7 points.
Kai Griffin on for the extra point. Trying to make it a 5-point lead for Team Saskatchewan. Kick is up from Griffin and right through the middle.
So the extra
Another point for Team Sask, and now they did call an objectionable conduct after that touchdown was scored, so Saskatchewan will be kicking off from a little deeper inside their own territory here.
3:23 to go in the first half.
So anytime that a penalty occurs on a touchdown play like that, you have the option to apply that. If it's a dead ball penalty, you have the option to apply it on the kickoff. So look for the ball to be a little bit deeper here.
Just takes away a little bit of the momentum after that touchdown, right? To give up instant field position, an extra 15 yards automatically.
Yeah, you're right. You know, these 15-yard penalties, they start to add up, and every 15-yard penalty that you give up is 1.5 first downs. And you're going to start off this drive already awarding Alberta 15 yards.
Good special teams play from Saskatchewan can still erase it. Touchdown regardless. Sam Bazarkowicz with the 1-yard rush into the end zone.
A lot of space in the middle of this kickoff return unit here for Alberta. But with Saskatchewan back deep, they're going to kick this one.
Kick is away from Weens. Right into the hands. Oh, out of the hands of Obo. He's going to be able to pick it up. Tries to take it around the left side. Makes one man miss. And now all of a sudden, he's broken with space in front of him. There's a flag late in the return. And Weens will make a tackle as Obo crosses the 45. I wonder if this one might be coming back.
This is going to come back, and it's going to come back on a holding call on wide receiver Denham Weber out of Holy Rosary Raiders. Just a little bit too aggressive. You see him take a late holding, but let's talk about Obo. Great vision in the hole. Again, you see 82 with the hold. That's going to get the call all day. Too bad to wipe out a big return from Aaron Obo.
So that should happen as Obo was around his own 50 or midfield.
Really good job by the officials to notice that. Anytime that the play is moving, it's really difficult to see holdings happening. But anytime that receiver has his arms extended and wrists clasped, it's going to hopefully get the call.
So 3:11 left to go. Probably the last play here before the 3-minute warning. We are in a one-possession game. What else would you expect out of these two provinces? They'll fake the handoff over the middle, and not sure where that one was going. Maybe just a bit of a miscommunication there between Heineman and his receivers.
And this is an RPO concept here, and they give their quarterback a lot of freedom here. They decide to pull this, and it looked like they had a curl slant in the backside, but Saskatchewan does a really good job of covering it down. Defenders not fooled on the play action there.
3-minute warning is whistled in. I'd like to talk about the last 3 minutes of a game a lot more, but anytime that clock goes under 3 minutes in a Canadian game, there's a lot of time left. A lot can happen. Heineman finds Obo across the 55. He's drilled to the ground. That looked like a spear from Batista from number 15, Cruz Simek Goler.
I love seeing defensive backs break downhill on the football. Look at this. We get an out concept, and the defensive halfback, number 15 for Saskatchewan, does a great job of reading that all the way. One of the things we love reminding guys is with strong defensive football, there's a price to be paid with underneath passes, and number 15 delivering the blow there on second down forces Alberta back to a punt situation.
Of course, for the football guys, making a wrestling reference there, when I say spear from Batista, I'm not saying he was guilty of a penalty. So Team Alberta will have to kick off from the Saskatchewan 54. 2.5 minutes left to go in the half. Austin Barton back to return. Kick is away. Going to angle Barton towards the sideline, and then the punt goes out as well. Out just inside the Saskatchewan 20. It'll be about a 35-yard punt there.
And it looks like we have what we would call a crash call on the punt unit, which means all punt protection players are stepping inside. They're not going to give up A-gap pressure. What that means for me is as soon as we get that crash call on that punt unit, look for the edges to be exposed. If I'm Team Saskatchewan, I go away from the A-gap pressure and I go to C-gap punt pressure. Look for them to go back to that.
Of course, Marco Cruzat keeping him at bay on that one after he returned the last punt, blocked it, then returned it all the way to the Alberta 3. Bazarkowicz going deep into double coverage, tipped away. Once again, another excellent job, though, by receiver Blaze Pettipiece on that one, making sure that that one wasn't intercepted.
Really strong coverage here from the secondary from Team Alberta, and I really enjoy this. These safeties are not afraid to go play the football. Secondary coach here has done a good job of mixing vision for their secondary. Way to go up and make a play on that ball.
2nd and 10. Passing situation here for the lefty quarterback. Scans the field. And I think they were looking for a screen there to Caden Nightingale, but he was tripped up on the play. 3rd and 10. Alberta's going to get this ball back.
Really good job by the defensive line to retrace their steps here on that screenplay. I believe it's number 33 who does a good job of contacting the eligible, putting him down, and retracing his steps on that screenplay. Nice job.
Yeah, Nightingale, you can see it on the replay. He just got his feet tangled up there with his own lineman, Elijah Bueller. So
And
Saskatchewan punting it away.
I want to say, Connor, I got the Batista reference right away.
Good.
Big wrestling fan.
Perfect. I guess we got something else to talk about at halftime now, too.
2 minutes left. Obo here. Field this one clean. Get it across midfield, and you set Alberta up for a great situation to score going into half.
He's standing at his own 51 right now. Some pressure here from Team Alberta. Forces a quick punt away. Obo comes up, receives it in the air. There's a no yards. And that is going to give Team Alberta possession at about the Saskatchewan 30.
And let's talk about this decision. We decide to punt the ball. When we punt the ball, we get a short kick plus a no yards. The net gain here is going to be minimal. This is a situation that if you could have a redo, maybe you consider giving up 2 points before the half and forcing that field position battle back in your favor.
2 minutes, not a ton of time to work for an offense, but it becomes a ton of time when you're taking it in plus territory, never mind the other team's 30. Now we're talking like clock isn't an issue at all, right?
Yeah, you're right, and I understand the mentality here for Team Saskatchewan. You've got 2 minutes left. You've got a lot of faith in your defense, but a situation like this, you might give up that 30 yards of field position and put Alberta knocking on the doorstep here with 2 minutes left in the quarter.
Long discussion with the officials. Oh, we got a call against Alberta here. It was thrown right in that area of no yards, but I believe the talk there, take me through it, was that player pushed within that 5-yard boundary? Could it be?
As a former punt gunner, I don't know if I've ever seen this call. They are going to say the illegal block forced the player into the no-yard halo. That is my best interpretation because this was certainly a no yards.
Yeah, I could see what they called there. He was pushed in a little earlier.
Oh, I don't know, fellas. I don't know on that one. Tough break for Team Alberta on that.
So we thought Team Alberta was going to get possession at the 30. Instead, it comes back just barely on the Saskatchewan side of the field at the 54. They'll fake the handoff to Thorpe. Got a man open, but they can't find him. Heaton Yip was just waiting for it, but a good play nonetheless. I mean, Heaton Yip was right where they were going to run to, so Heineman basically picks up the same yardage anyways.
We highlighted his ability to have vision downfield, but look at his footwork on this play action. That is so excellent. Why it's great is he gets depth on the bootleg so that he has time and can get his eyes downfield. Excellent decision to run the football there for a first down. What a decision from the Ernest Manning Griffin product. And we haven't seen a change in quarterback for Team Alberta.
Been Harrison Heineman all game. This time he'll pull it. Great read from Heineman because they were about to smack Obo in the backfield. Instead, it's a pickup of 5.
And that's what having 2 running threats on your offense does. There's a lot of attention that is being paid attention to Mr. Aaron Obo. But really good job on the quarterback keeper there. Get some positive yards. You got 1:46 left here in the half.
I'll tell you what, though, I think it's still a good decision, though, for Aaron Topping to play Obo there because it looked like there was a lot of room on the edge. 2nd and 5. They're going long. Inside the 10, ball is a bit underthrown. And good coverage there. Good fight back to the football. I believe that was Carver McClellan. Carter Prestupa was also in the area. 3rd down and maybe about 6, actually.
And just underthrows this one. He had Yip with separation over the top. Anytime that a receiver has vertical separation, you want that ball to be thrown on the deeper end. Unfortunately for the Ernest Manning Griffins and Team Alberta, that ball's underthrown. Great pass breakup from Team Saskatchewan.
There's no lineman down here for Team Alberta. It's Ethan Gauthier from the Salisbury Sabres. Able to walk off under his own power.
And
I don't see a punter out there yet.
Oh, good call. Yeah, it looks like these guys are leaving the offense out here on an important 3rd and 5. Now, one of the differences on Wednesday was the ability to capitalize on 3rd down. We saw Alberta have success with boundary passing in 3rd down situations. Look for something quick here. Or maybe they say we've got confidence in the electric Obo or our power back and they hand the ball off over the middle. Who knows what they're going to do here, Connor?
Well, you're in that spot of the field, too, where if you have something snap count-wise to try to get Saskatchewan to jump offside, this is where you'd use it. It would bring them within a yard of a 1st down.
That's a good point, too. And we've seen Saskatchewan run that reset motion. Maybe Alberta tries to catch someone snoozing here on the Saskatchewan defensive line.
Joel Thorpe is the back for Team Saskatchewan. Just over top of him on the screen, you see Obo. They are going to run it with Thorpe. Oh, that's going to be close. They needed to get pretty much right about where they got. It is going to be a matter of inches, and we might be getting a measurement.
Thorpe out of the Beaumont Bears looks like he settles his feet in the hole here. It's third down. You got 5 yards to go. If you are going to be the Thunder back, you need to put your foot in the ground and you need to find that first down. I don't want to see you settle your feet in the hole. Run that thing aggressively on third down.
Well, they might have needed about 5.5 yards. They might have gotten 5.4, might have gotten 5.6. This will be a tight measurement here, and an important one, too, with 1:24 left. This could be Alberta ball at the 34 or Saskatchewan ball from the same place. Oh, that's going to be really tight. And I think no official sign. First down. Team Saskatchewan gets the stop.
And it's by a couple chain links. And that's why it's so important for ball carriers to understand the situation. It's 3rd and 5.5. Meaning, if you get anything less than that 5.5 yards, it's a turnover. There's no hesitation in the hole. Put your foot in the ground, run over a defender, and find the first down.
So Saskatchewan now with 84 seconds to go. These games are proudly sponsored by Tourism Calgary. Calgary, Blue Sky City. Always love making the trip down here from Edmonton for some football. Lafreniere is met in the backfield. That is Logan Hurlbert. We've called his name about 27,000 times on special teams. This time he'll force a tackle for loss.
Yeah, and it looks like they tag him on a blitz here. Really good job to fold into that B gap and recognize counter motion. One of the mistakes that we saw against Team Saskatchewan on Wednesday was that defenders were not being able to break down in the backfield. Excellent penetration by the Claire's home product, and he's able to make a big tackle for a loss.
So anytime you get these kind of clock situations, 1:19 left, a first down, and now Team Saskatchewan, you know, they can still have quite a bit of time to go down and score. I believe probably Team Alberta has taken a timeout here. Didn't quite see the call, but it wouldn't be Team Saskatchewan after a loss. So, but if Alberta gets the stop, they'll get that punt. They'll be able to return it, and all of a sudden you could set yourself up with about a minute left, field position. Crucial down here.
And why you take the timeout there is because the 20 seconds is important. Remember in Canadian amateur football that the clock does not start until the ball has been spotted. So the most important thing, if you're Team Alberta right now, is to get that ball back for your offense. So look for Saskatchewan to play this by the book here. Expect a run or something safe like a screen pass on 2nd and long. But what they're going to try and do is flush out that last timeout from Team Alberta. Come out in a 32 set. It's a gun strong.
No safety over top here. We'll see if Saskatchewan decides to exploit that and go deep. They fake the safe play, and they will pitch it forward. Oh boy, there's a lot of yardage here for Lafreniere. First down, Team Saskatchewan. Still moving forward. Trudging across the 50 and finally pushed to the ground.
And this is one of the toughest plays to defend. We call this an H-back shovel. This is very similar to screen action. You see him come across the offensive formation, take that shovel, and get his vision upfield. Look at the effort there from the back. Number 5, running back Samuel Lafreniere out of St. Joseph Guardians.
So now maybe that timeout will come back to bite Team Alberta because Saskatchewan's got the ball at the 54. Clock running here. 50 seconds left as the ball is snapped. Bizarkowitz trying to find Lafreniere again. Had him. Just a little bit of a window there. Ends up falling to the ground incomplete.
And they go back to the pressure from the Claire's home product. Look at this. Now they stem him. They give him a two-way go on the A-gap, and that's a great move. He's a second late, but he does enough to force an incompletion. That is another individual effort from Mr. Who else? The Claire's home product. Great job there, man.
Called Hurlbert's name a ton. We're going to go for a draw here, and Lafreniere is met in the backfield. So I think on that play, with a bit of time off, about another 40 seconds or so. That might have been just trying to bleed the clock out on a 2nd and 10.
And a little bit like a robot from the quarterback there. You're not selling pass drop, okay? You got to have your vision downfield. What you're trying to do on the draw play is you're trying to bring that defensive lineman above the football and then get it to your running back. Unfortunately, the Alberta defense does not fall for it there.
A good return here could still get Team Alberta into scoring range. Aaron Obo is back at his own 20-yard line, waiting to receive this punt. Clock starts running at 40 seconds, so Saskatchewan can snap it at 21 rather. See how far down they take it. These teams haven't had a lot of time to practice together. They snap it at 27, and that one is tipped. A Team Alberta player got a hand onto it, and they blow it dead.
Yeah.
Seen that last game.
We did. My understanding, again, is if it is allowed to be blown dead, if it is in the, and it's going to be a safety hazard, but if it is tipped, which I'm not sure if it was. If it was not tipped, that is the correct call by the officials there. But this is going to set Alberta up with decent field position and 17 seconds left. When you have electric playmakers like Team Alberta does, anything's possible with 17 seconds left.
One thing that did do was it at least stopped the clock for Team Alberta. So maybe time for 2-3 plays you can fit in there if you get out of bounds.
Everything you do here has to be crisp and it has to be quick.
Got a new running back in here. Gonna motion out. They'll fake the handoff to Obo. Now they're going deep down the right side looking for Yip. Overthrows him. That play took 5 seconds, so still a bit of time here.
Yeah, and not a lot of defenders falling for the Aaron Obo play action fake there, as we see 3 Saskatchewan defenders in the area of the receiver, Heaton Yip, out of Ernest Manning.
Sam Preston has kicked a 36-yard field goal today. Looked like he had a few more yards. If his range is about 40, Team Alberta need a big play here down to the Saskatchewan 33 to give their kicker a chance. That's about 30 yards away. Quick pass. They find McCauley. 8 seconds left. 3rd down from midfield.
And this is interesting. You're 3rd and 3 midfield with 8 seconds left. Do you believe in your offense that they can convert and have a chance to score here? I guess they do.
The other thing I'll point out, too, is we've already seen a block return to the 3-yard line from Marco Cruzat. Maybe they just don't want to send their punt team onto the field here either.
You're absolutely right. Let's see what happens here on 3rd and short.
8 seconds left. Could be time for another play from Saskatchewan. Obo! Defended well. Now there's 2 seconds left on the clock, and Saskatchewan will take possession at midfield.
And I'm really impressed with this secondary here from Saskatchewan. First off, love the depth that they're playing with here. It's obvious pass situation. Way to get yourself in an area to play the football. That's a great pass breakup. And hey, that's going to likely take us here to the end of the half.
Clock did tick down to 1 second, not that it matters, but Saskatchewan at midfield. Alberta probably in prevent defense here, I'm assuming. And it looks like Saskatchewan's going to go for the knee. And they will do just that. That's the quarter. Tommy, Team Saskatchewan, 15-10 lead, but some really good back-and-forth football here in the first place game.
Yeah, a couple plays that have distinguished the Saskatchewan team with the lead today was the punt block and return on special teams. They also had an Aaron Obo fumble that was recovered for a safety. Those 9 points, big special teams factors, give Saskatchewan the lead here at halftime.
Tight game, 15-10. Team Saskatchewan on top by 5 points here at the 2024 U17 Western Challenge from Calgary, Alberta, Canada.
Break it down, kick the dust, make the sand spin. I love it when you again and again and again, again and again, again and again and again. I love it when you again and again, again and again. I just let it believe in plastic, I just have it, love it, love it.
These games are proudly sponsored by Tourism Calgary. Calgary, Blue Sky City. Good to see some blue skies today. After earlier in the week we had some smoky weather. Team Alberta playing Team BC. They were up 28-0, I believe. It was only a two-quarter game after it was canceled. It's the 2024 U17 Western Challenge. Team Alberta and Team Saskatchewan playing for first place. We are through one half of football. A lot of time left in this one. Team Saskatchewan up 15-10. Connor Toffin and Tommy Knitter on this IC Live Procast. Got a great game going on here, Tommy. Some high-level football happening here at McMahon Stadium.
Coming into the third quarter here, it's a 15-10 game, and that shows the quality of this football. It's a one-possession ball game. We've seen excellent plays made on offense, defense, and special teams. What's going to distinguish first from second here in the second half is the halftime adjustments that coaches make. Do we have something in store? Have we saved a play? What are the adjustments that we've made that are going to help us win and be successful here in the second half?
We've talked about it a lot this week. Football games can come down to 3 plays. 3 plays seems to be the number. In some games it's 1, in some games it's 4 or 5. It feels like we've had for sure 1 today on a punt block from Marco Cruzat. He returned it to the 3. Saskatchewan scored a touchdown off that. And then that safety on a bit of a muffed return for Aaron Obo, where he ended up falling into his own end zone. That was what's got Alberta. That's given Saskatchewan those 2 plays on special teams 9 points right now.
The hallmark of great teams is how they take advantage of mistakes by the other team. And we saw Saskatchewan do that with the block punt, which they converted into points with a touchdown on that drive. Again, these are 2 historic programs, and Football Alberta and Football Saskatchewan are always premier programs on the national stage for a reason. They believe in these programs, they believe in the coaching staffs in place, but who is going to be the team that walks away with a gold medal here at the Western Challenge?
So we got 24 minutes left to play. The 2 big plays going in Saskatchewan's favor. Feels like otherwise, maybe Team Alberta has just a tiny edge. And we've seen both teams just looking to get the ball in their hands, their playmakers, as many times as they can so far. There's 24 minutes left to go. Saskatchewan is going to receive the ball first. Haven't been able to really spring a big return yet this weekend on the Team Saskatchewan side. The very first punt return for Lafreniere went quite a ways against Team Manitoba. So Lafreniere and Nightingale will look to get another one here.
You're right, but they have not made many mistakes in the return game either. If I can ISO cam someone here, find your eyes on number 8 linebacker Logan.
Talking for Team Alberta, he's made some big special teams plays on the coverage team. And, well, Hurlbert, I think I seen him right in the middle of that one once again. Team Saskatchewan returns it to their own 25, but nothing more. Win there for the Team Alberta coverage.
Yeah, we call this the X-Man position on kickoff because you should be a free release defender to the ball. We see him establish field leverage here. Really good fold by Hurlbert. And yeah, first contact, keep going to work. Way to rally the football. Good job, Team Alberta. Special teams, man. I get excited about special teams.
So Bazarkowitz will stay in the game at quarterback. And that play's going nowhere. Mentioned it in the first half. Sometimes in these games you start to see some rotations. And Bazarkowitz in for the second half of action as well.
And no hesitation from Hurlbert there. That is downhill, fill the hole football. No hesitation on first down there. Nice play out of Claire's home.
This is our second game of the day. Team BC won the third place game against Team Manitoba 12-9. Bazarkowitz going over the middle. Barton brings it down. He dropped a pass earlier in the game. He makes up for it there with a contested catch. First down, Team Saskatchewan.
What touch on that pass. It looked like he threw it a little bit flat-footed, but at the end of the day, it is a great ball. That is elite football. The separation there between the defender is not a lot. Way to come down with the football.
Bazarkowitz, quick play out to the right side. That's Nolan Holmes. Gets just beyond the line of scrimmage, and then Team Alberta swarms them.
Always eager to see how teams are playing hitch screen. Really elite job. Look at the defensive lineman here, retrace his footsteps. Great pursuit by number 42. Hold on, let your buddies rally to the football. Stop them for a gain of 2 on first down.
Saskatchewan crowd traveled well. Here's some of the Alberta crowd picking it up now. Bazarkowitz flushed out of the pocket, trips a little bit, and he is taken down just behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a sack, and look who's in the middle of it again. Number 8, Logan Hurlbert.
And I don't know if this was a delay blitz or not, but it looks like he's just staying high with his eyes on the quarterback. Really good job. Look at the defenders converge on that. Yeah, Team Alberta, well coached, great reaction. 3rd and 9, easy punt situation for Team Saskatchewan.
Cohen Boucher joining in on that tackle as well. So Team Saskatchewan will have to punt it away. We've seen Obo with a couple of juggles today, but we've also seen him return a couple big ones. Alberta's going to send some pressure here. Saskatchewan does get it away. Obo comes up to receive. Boy, he took some contact almost immediately. That's about as easy as a no yards call as you're going to get.
Glad to see that flag come out there, as I felt we missed one earlier. But this Obo's struggled on some returns today as he's dropped 2 earlier. Anytime that you can catch the football and absorb contact almost simultaneously, that shows the athleticism of Aaron Obo.
So for kick returners, I've never been down in that position. Don't really want to be down in that position anytime in my life. Can they feel the coverage team getting close? Do they know when that player's within that 5-yard boundary?
In the words of Justin Chapdelaine, the great coach, playing punt returner is a lot like baseball. You're that center fielder. You got to attack the football. Don't worry about the contact. Worry about the ball.
Of course, the difference in the Canadian game is they do have that 5-yard radius. New quarterback into the game, but right now they're going to give it up over the middle. A run for Aaron Obo goes for a couple.
And they've gone back to the 5 wide receiver package with Obo in the backfield. What this means, you have a little bit more speed outside. We see now number 80 coming back on here for Alberta.
So Saskatchewan didn't rotate quarterbacks. Alberta does. This is Eli Koronic from the Belrose Bulldogs. Seen him in the second quarter on Wednesday. Koronic, quick look to the right, finds Clausey. Taken down quickly. It's going to be a decision here for Team Alberta. 3rd and 3.
And look at the footwork here by the new quarterback. It's always difficult to come in the second half and be cold, but excellent timing on that boundary route. 2, the Alberta receivers. This is something that we touched on earlier in the week. In those second and medium situations, we want to see those routes break at the sticks so that if I come down with the reception, it's a first down. We see there the reception is about 2 yards short, puts Alberta into a difficult situation.
Punting team is on. Austin Barton standing on his goal line, ready to receive. 3rd and 3. Gotta think Saskatchewan is defending a fake here, right?
Yes, this would be the obvious fake situation.
Of course, maybe a little too obvious, so Alberta will punt it away. Angled towards the sideline here by Preston. It's fielded in the end zone. That's a mistake for Team Alberta.
Yeah, and a talented kicker, and again, this is something that even the pros struggle with. Really good job. Look at him point his toe, leave that leg high. Excellent job. But yeah, tough to control the ball and the spin at that level. What you want to see is kind of that rugby-style pump where the ball is going to bounce backwards. Maybe he can find that.
If the ball is fielded in the end zone at this high school level, it does come out to the 20. So that's what's happening here. No rouge on those plays. That's why you've seen the returner smartly take a knee at his own 1 or 2.
Well coached by Team Saskatchewan.
Had Cruzat right over the middle pressuring again as well. They'll fake the handoff. They got a man behind the backs. Nothing but green space in front of him. But a big tackle made by Tate Bradley. No doubt that one saved a touchdown.
I got to shout out one of the best secondary coaches in Calgary, Coach Cody Ehrman out of Wisewood. Unfortunately there for him, the defensive back looked like he was reading the offensive line double pull as they faked the GT counter. Unfortunately there, Team Saskatchewan connects for the big pass play.
35 yards to Cam Lobson out of the Peacock Tornadoes. up in Moose Jaw. They'll fake the handoff again. Oh! Big sack for the Alberta defense. Bizarkowitz got drilled. It's Caden Taschuk from the St. Paul Lions.
What a call. Look at this offside pressure. No one picks up the backside end. That's the one you dream about as a defensive player. The blindside unblocked hit, and he gets his money's worth there as he delivers a big-time blow on the quarterback of Saskatchewan.
Of course, right tackle not used to being on the quarterback's blind side, but a lefty quarterback in here. Bizarkowitz now 2nd and 17, screen play. And once again, another big play. And that one from Memphis Callahan.
You can just tell by this quarterback's body language that he is still feeling that hit. Look at this, a little bit rigid, trying to sell the screen here. And you've got 2 offensive linemen releasing. How do you allow a defender to split you guys? That's a great individual play by number 43 linebacker Memphis Callahan out of the Salisbury Sabres.
So Team Saskatchewan will be punting. 3rd and 17. Obo standing on his own 35.
Good communication by the upbacks to recognize this boundary pressure from Team Alberta.
They do pick it up. Obo, chance to receive it in the air, does it cleanly. Breaks it down the right side, a return of about 7. Will set up the Team Alberta offense from their own 48-yard line.
Saskatchewan's special teams unit is very well coached. Look at this. They do not give up the 5-yard, no-yard penalty, and look at how they establish lanes of coverage. That is how you limit a talented return man. Great job on punt cover from Team Saskatchewan.
We'll move it up a little bit and put it down to the 49. 5:12 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. Kind of feels like we're at that point of the game where there's so much time left. You don't really start to think about the clock yet, but we're also at the point of the game where one play, one long drive, and you could be staring down that 3-minute warning a little quicker than you'd expect. Joel Thorpe off the edge, makes a couple miss over the 50-yard line. It's a 1st down. What a run for Thorpe, his best of the day.
Is that Thorpe or is that Derrick Henry? The double stiff arm. Get him once, get him twice as we get the reverse fly action here. Look at this vision. Eyes upfield. Hit him with the right arm. Sit him down. Up next. One more. Put him down. Keep running. What a run from the back out of Belrose.
At this point in time, Football Alberta would like to acknowledge
There's a player down here for Team Saskatchewan. You know, anytime you can make a Saskatchewan defender look like that.
That is power. I was maybe critical on the young man earlier for not establishing dominance on that third down conversion, but that's how you counter an electric runner like Obo. You give the ball to a power back that is sitting defenders down and stretching for that 1st down. Nice play call. Way to get the other back involved here.
So we've gotten a steady dose of Joel Thorpe earlier on in the game. We got a pretty steady dose of Aaron Obo. Both listed as running backs, but obviously seeing a lot of touches here. Oftentimes they're both on the field at the same time. And on top of that, it helped earlier on. They had a running quarterback who was in Harrison Heineman, who was able to run himself. So always tough for a defense to defend 3 guys on the field who could all run. And 2 of them can receive pretty well, I'm assuming, as well. We've seen Obo in the passing game quite a bit.
Yeah, and anytime that you get a new quarterback into the game, you want to build his confidence. How do you build a quarterback's confidence? You run the football. Excellent job there from the Team Alberta coaching staff saying, hey, let's give the ball from a different look to one of our talented ball carriers and settle in this new quarterback here in the 2nd half.
That's Damian Rolfs that was down for Team Saskatchewan. Looked like he might have got rolled up on by one of his own teammates on that play. So we'll hope that he's okay as he needs some help off the field favoring that left leg. So 1st and 10 for Alberta on the 48.
32 set here with Clazy in the boundary. This is a look that we saw earlier where they went vertical. They motioned him over to the field side. A lot of motion here.
They're going to run it to the right side. They stacked it up with blockers, and now there's some room for Obo. Obo across the 30, down the boundary, out at the Saskatchewan 25.
It's so nice to see the toss back in Canadian football. Talented backs like this, look at that kick-out block, and he has the vision to put his foot down, get upfield, and receivers working downfield, pushing those blocks. Big pickup on first down.
I love watching this football game right now. We have seen such great play from both sides.
It's remarkable to think that these gentlemen are 16 years
I know.
and younger.
That's what I keep going back to. It feels like we're watching a really good high school football game. It doesn't feel like we're watching a bunch of grade 10s who, some of these guys are in their first, second years of football. Quarterback run over the middle. Going to pick up some good first down yardage for Eli Koronik.
And the Belrose product must have been listening. We don't like the quarterback. I love to see this going up across the middle. Tuck that football. Yeah, and you know what? I'm going to go get that extra yard. I love to see it. Great rush there.
Red zone trip here for Alberta. They've been hard to come by today. Big chance to capitalize here. It's a 2nd and about 2. Not a surprise here. They'll give it to Obo. There's a hole. Obo pushing forward down to the Saskatchewan 5. Team Alberta is on the doorstep.
And it looks like they went to a two-back package here as number 40 checked into the game, an H-back, and that's something where we see that H-back when he's in the game, heavy run percentage. Great inclusion there from Team Alberta as they pick up a first down.
That was Lincoln Stewart from the Holy Trinity Knights, 6'2", 180. Not a surprise to see him out there run blocking.
Three-back set here.
Yeah, they got 3 backs out. Obo, Thorpe, and this is the quarterback that's going to take it. Koronik trying to find the edge, and a touchdown saving tackle from who I think has been Saskatchewan's best defender today, Cruz Simon Goler, making an impact.
And double edge blitz here from Saskatchewan. And what a job by number 15, who is all over the field for Team Saskatchewan right now.
Well, he's defended some passes really well today, but he has been tackling everybody as well. Oh, heavy set, Tommy.
Number 8, Hurlburt in on offense.
See Joshua Rogers in as well. They hand it off, and Team Alberta scores! Touchdown!
Joshua Rogers comes into the game, and we have not seen him touch the ball yet today, but this is how you establish power football. Downhill, people are moving bodies, and you carry defenders into the end zone. That is smash mouth Team Alberta football. Welcome to the lead, gentlemen. 16-15, 2 minutes left here in the third quarter. Your Team Alberta pulls ahead on the impressive first down run. Oh, and a 2-point play.
Trying to take a field goal lead. Joshua Rogers.
This is one of those situations. How much time have you prepared 2-point converts? Did you see something on film that you liked on Wednesday? What are they going to take advantage of?
All right, big play here. 2:09 left to go in the third quarter. They fake the handoff. Looked like a miscommunication. Koronik in the backfield gets the throwaway, and there's a flag in the end zone.
A lot happening on that play. We highlight it. You don't always get to these plays, and the play action, we go the wrong side on play action on double pull. Interesting play design. That would have been a naked boot to the backside off double pull. Very fortunate that the Belrose quarterback is able to pull that down and try and make something happen. But end result, no conversion for Team Alberta.
I believe the call was an illegal man downfield. But Joshua Rogers, 6-yard run into the end zone from the Sturgeon Spirits. Hasn't been playing football for long, but apparently is a weight room beast. Saw it there.
Absolutely, and that's why football really is a year-round sport. There's 2 types of football players, those that work out and those that don't. And the ones that work out, they're the guys that find themselves on rosters, and they're the guys that find themselves making plays. And here we are with a great touchdown here in the third quarter.
So Team Alberta back up by 1. They'll be kicking off to Saskatchewan. Back and forth we go.
And I wonder if Saskatchewan has any kind of wrinkles that they can throw out here. They're a very dominant football team, but you got to get a spark somehow. Maybe that's something. Maybe it's a different look on kickoff return. Something.
10 minutes into the second half, Team Alberta strikes first. Ball is up and over the head of the returner, now inside their own 5. Chance for Alberta to pin Saskatchewan back, and they do. Falling forward to the 14, a special teams win for the team in white and blue.
And right before the kickoff, the Saskatchewan returners flipped. I'm not sure what caused them to do that, but when they flipped, they didn't really reestablish their field position, and you see the ball there go over the returner's head. Any time that you are in that kickoff return position, you cannot let the ball go over your head. You got to take that in the air, and we see number 6 getting coached up on the sideline right now. Good job by Saskatchewan coaches to recognize that and say, hey, we're going to need you again, fella.
A long field now for Saskatchewan. Alberta sends some pressure. Handoff, beats it off the edge. Across the 20, falling forward was Lafreniere. He'll pick up most of the first down yardage, about 6.
They went back to that front side blitz with Hurlburt, and it's unfortunate as they just are blitzing the wrong side and they lose the edge there. Anytime you're away from the blitz, you need to be disciplined in your role on the defense. Expect pressure on that front side.
Ball spotted just outside the 20, 2nd and 4. Not a lot of time left here in this third quarter. Handoff met in the backfield. And that is another win for an Alberta defense that has built a wall at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and they go back to the Hurlburt. Looks like a little bit of a loop pressure, but 4 defenders there, unblocked in the backfield. Great job there by the Alberta defense. And if you're Saskatchewan, we talk about how on that drive you're looking for a spark. You come out with a muffed return and 2 plays that don't result in a first down. You're in a punt situation here with 52 seconds left in the third.
Gave Alexi Gordon the tackle from the Ernest Manning Griffins. Saskatchewan has to punt it away again. They're struggling here, that offense in the second half. Team Alberta can get some good field position if they can field this punt cleanly. Little bit of pressure, picked up well by Saskatchewan. Short punt. Obo runs up to receive. Ball's on the ground. Who's on it? Saskatchewan thinks they have it. They do. And I think the argument from Team Alberta here might be that there should have been a no yards flag.
It looked like Hurlburt got driven back into the returner on this one. He causes the contact, which causes the fumble. That is a heartbreaking turn of events for Team Alberta from 2 talented special teams players. But it's the 3rd time we've touched on it today. Teams that are successful out here are going to capitalize on other teams' mistakes. Points off turnovers win football games.
Huge swing. Team Saskatchewan with the ball now down by 1 outside of their own 40. At minimum, that's going to help their field position quite a bit. Team Alberta was going to get a great start for their drive on offense. Team Saskatchewan now near the end of the third quarter. They're going long. They have a man! Oh, and what a play by the safety. That was Wasim Jakob, and there's a flag on the play. And Jakob celebrating. He thinks this one's going to go against Austin Barton.
We call this steering. So it's off the hitch screen development, and you see here they sell it well. One of the things the Edmonton Football League does very well is their safeties play with great depth, and they trust their safeties to take away those steering route concepts. Great play from the free safety there. And you know what? Taking a 15-yarder at the end isn't going to help your case. Very undisciplined from the Saskatchewan receiver.
Now, sometimes in high school football, you see that celebration flagged as well. This one just against Barton.
And that likely will be of the dead ball variety, which would mean it will be 2nd and very long to go.
Yeah, that'll bring up a 2nd and 25. So that is a costly penalty. Not impossible from 2nd and 25 when you got playmakers like Saskatchewan does, but a lot harder, of course, than 2nd and 10. They got to go to the air here.
A lot of mistakes here to open up the second half from both teams.
What does Team Saskatchewan have dialed up? Bazarkowitz pressured, ball over the middle is caught at the 45, and that's not going to be enough for a first down, but 18 yards or so for Ben McCauley.
Let's highlight the confidence of this quarterback. He sees inside pressure, and instead of tucking that football, he knows, hey, it's 2nd and 25. I need to deliver that football. That is a strike delivered to number 80. Even though they don't pick up the first down, great play there from Alex Fairbairn.
It's one of those plays where 17 yards, you don't get the first down, but that could be big for field position as well.
And that'll also do it for the third quarter. Score after 3, Alberta 16, Saskatchewan 15.
So that'll do it for the third quarter.
Break it down, kick the dust, make the sand spin. I love it when you again and again and again, again and again, again and again and again. I love it when you again and again, again and again. Oh, just let it believe in plastic, gotta have it, love it, love it.
Right back in time, fourth quarter, 12 minutes to go. Team Saskatchewan might have been a fake punt there drawn up, or one of those option punts. Obo up to receive across his 40. Obo on the return across midfield and into Saskatchewan territory. The net difference, just 5 yards.
I would classify that as a rugby-style punt where they give him the option if there is a running lane. Unfortunately for that punter, that's a great punt on the run, but yeah, anytime you're doing that moving punt, sometimes the aiming points change for coverage. Obo exposes him there.
Team Alberta, the lone score in this second half. A touchdown for Joshua Rogers. That's what has him in the lead. They'll get it back to Obo. Makes a man miss in the backfield. The second one. And it will end up being a loss of 1 as Team Saskatchewan just kept sending defenders at him.
That's the third time we've seen that motion out of the offense here, and you're able to diagnose this pre-snap. We bring Clazy over in motion, and it's a 41 set, and then we toss to that. That's one that we may need to have a play off of or retire for Team Alberta.
Second and long, Team Saskatchewan. Lots of time in this game, but feels like they really need to stop here. To the air they go. Koronic over the middle, finds a receiver. It's Ben McCauley in first down territory. 20-yard gain. He's been big.
Pass up the middle.
Big body receiver again across the middle, but look at the footwork here from the quarterback. Plants the back foot, delivers a ball over top the linebacker and underneath of the safety. What a pickup. What a pass play. Excellent connection. Quarterback's finding some confidence here. 32 set.
Run to Obo. And once again turns nothing into something. I don't think Team Saskatchewan is doing a bad job of defending him. I think it's almost a win for the defense when you give that guy only 5 yards.
Yeah, he's one of those ball carriers. He can score it at any time. Anytime you're keeping that offense, under 5 yards. 5 yards is kind of the maximum you want to allow. Ideally, in that situation, you're less than 4. But, yeah, way to not allow the talented Obo more than 5 yards there.
Feels like even when you meet him in the backfield, he's still able to somehow find some yardage ahead of him. We'll fake the run to him again. Koronic flushed out left. Feels some pressure from the defense. Big play! That is a sack for Xavier Conley, and that might drive Team Alberta just out of field goal range as well.
This is the second kind of miscued play action that we've seen. We saw it on the two-point conversion earlier that they failed. Anytime that you sell that play action pass, the defense isn't going to bite. Really excellent edge control from Saskatchewan, and they force Alberta into a difficult 3rd and 13 from their positive 33-yard line.
So the kicker and the punter on Team Alberta is the same guy, Sam Preston from the Salisbury Sabres. He hit from 36 earlier. It just barely had enough. If there is any wind, I think it's in his face right now. A little late running onto the field here as well. So I think it looks like I didn't see him run out with a tee.
My guess, Coach Hassett is a defensive coach. He has faith in his defense here with a 1-point lead in the 4th. My expectation is to see Team Alberta pin these guys deep with a punt here and rely on their defense.
Some late subs being made now for Saskatchewan, some confusion. And a timeout for Team Saskatchewan. I think the last thing you want to do there is take a too many men and drive Alberta back into field goal range.
I'm not going to let the Saskatchewan coaching staff get away with this one. That's a mistake. You have an injury timeout, and you follow up an injury timeout by having to take your own timeout in a game when you're down 1 point in the fourth quarter. You need to hang on to that timeout. That might be a costly error for Team Saskatchewan, but at the end of the day, it's important that you've got the correct unit out there. This is one of those situations, if you had more time to prep, maybe you just leave your defense out and you put a returner back. It looks like they've run out their punt return team unit here. Maybe they're trying to block this kick.
Important for Sam Preston here not to kick it into the end zone. We've seen that once today already. If that's the case, it's not really a great punt for Alberta. It would be just a difference of 13 yards. The ball would come out to the 20. And it would also be a really tough one to return if you're punting it high into the air and taking it just outside your own goal line. So,
yes, and I'm not familiar with this kicker, this punter well enough to know, but this is another great situation for a rugby-style punt because rushing for 4, 5, 10 yards here is not the worst thing either. We do not want to put the ball into the end zone here if we're Team Alberta.
So a punt coming. They're just outside of field goal range. Here's Sam Preston. He will angle it towards the sideline, and that one's going to not get too far. Just a bit of a miss there from Preston. Not an easy kick to make on a 65-yard field, but I think that one's going to be spotted out just at the 25.
Not an easy kick, correct, but I have to assume there on the timeout that they told kicker, hey, make sure no matter what you do, you punt this ball out of bounds. And maybe the young fella a little bit too eager to get that ball out of bounds as the net gain on that punt might be around 10 yards. Unfortunate turn of events for Team Alberta.
So they do spot it at the 21. Kind of spotted at the 24, 25, and then they moved it back a little bit.
Yeah, anytime they do those, the trajectory of out-of-bounds punts, it can be a little bit all over the place, but 32 set here with Saskatchewan. You got to come out with something down 1.
9 minutes left to go in this game. Just waiting for the play to get whistled in here. There we go. Bazarkowitz to the air. Going deep down the right side, out of the reach of Nolan Holmes.
And this is the third time we've highlighted this matchup. Number 21 from the Salisbury Sabres looks like he might be a little bit lost in space here as he's trying to track the football and he has a receiver behind him. Fortunate for him, that's just out of the reach of receiver Nolan Holmes, who was able to connect earlier.
Big second down here. Saskatchewan has not found much on offense here in the second half. They need to get the ball rolling. And they won't find anyone. They had Barton on a swing pass option out behind him, and instead they went for Fairbairn. Well covered.
Yeah, and that's a long throw to make for a gain of 5 yards. Anytime you're throwing that field side out, the percentages of completions go down just based on the distance. I want to highlight that matchup between number 21 on defense and number 11 on offense. If I'm Saskatchewan, I'm going to come back to that if I need a big strike here in the fourth quarter.
Still a 1-point game. Team Alberta, though, likely about to get the ball back. Aaron Obo is standing inside Saskatchewan territory. Another important special teams play in this game. Alberta's going to send some pressure. They nearly get there. Punt is away. It's a bit of a short one, though, bouncing back towards the Saskatchewan side. And took about a 2-yard Saskatchewan roll at the very end, out at the 40.
And with 2 back-to-back punts that were not ideal for both units, we've kind of sawed off field position here. And Alberta's going to be starting with the football on the positive 40-yard line.
So Alberta with a touchdown here could go up 7. If they go for 2 after that, could be a 2-possession game. So a key drive here. Saskatchewan needs a stop. They need it soon. Alberta has a kicker with a range of 36 yards as well, so you're only about 10, 11 yards out of field goal territory. But Obo's looking for more. Down near the 25, Aaron Obo once again, a 14-yard gain and a first down.
I just don't understand this from Team Saskatchewan. You see Obo in the slot, you have to expect that they're going to try and get him the ball in that fly sweep. They seemed underprepared for that, but that's one of those ones. You put 2 at that boundary side slot, be aware there's going to be fly and there's going to be play action as the defense pays attention to Obo.
This time Joel Thorpe in the backfield. Obo with that gold helmet standing right by the number 30. Thorpe down the right side, got tripped up. Big play by the Saskatchewan defense.
Yeah, that's a really good play, but Will Sladek, we miss our block on the field side there. Anytime we've got that hitch screen, you need to do your job, as the other two Alberta receivers looked like they were in a good blocking position.
That was Tucker McKechnie from the Vanier Vikings. Crucial play.
Way to shoot it, young fellow. Way to make a play for your defense.
Second along, brink of field goal range. Alberta up by 1. They're going to go to the air. Koronic, Obo, it was tipped. He was trying to find Aaron Obo, but one of the D linemen got a hand up. A couple Saskatchewan players want to flag after the play as well. Not going to get it.
A little mesh concept here from Team Alberta, and typically when you're throwing the mesh, you want that receiver to clear the strong side tackle before you deliver the ball. When you deliver the ball in between the tackles, you're going to see what just happened. Defenders get their hands up, and they get a tip there.
And what a read there for Jack Ballin from the Aiden Bowman Bears. Just kind of sits back, gets that hand up, forces a field goal attempt for Sam Preston. He's hit from 36 today, now looking to hit from 33. He's got the leg, plenty of leg. The kick is up and through. Made it look easy. 4-point lead for Team Alberta.
This guy has earned his roster spot. I was worried about length, but he delivers. What a kick. And there's a battle for special teams player of the game going on right now. Hurlbert, I see you. Mr. Kicker, I see you. Way to earn those roster spots on special teams, gentlemen.
So Team Saskatchewan will take the ball at their own 35. They have been struggling on offense here in this half. They need to get the chains moving. Lots of time. 6.5 minutes left, down by just 4. One touchdown could change everything in this game.
Even though you give up points, it still remains a one-possession game here for Team Saskatchewan.
Alberta bringing more pressure. Hurlbert over the middle, got to the quarterback, forced to throw, but finds a man over the middle. It is Alex Fairbairn, somehow broke free. Boy, I was already thinking plays over. I'm looking down at my roster, and Fairbairn finds some more space. Huge play.
Great connection there on first down from Team Saskatchewan. And again, the defense from Team Alberta has gone to the well one too many times with that inside pressure, and Saskatchewan was ready for it there. Great delivery.
Got about another 10-15 yards at the end of that one. Handoff. Not a lot of room here for Lafreniere. Team Alberta responds. A gain of just 1.
Samuel Lafreniere giving the handoff.
Yeah, and if Alberta is sending all this inside pressure on first down, they are basically telling you they are not going to allow inside run on first down. And I'm surprised that Saskatchewan went right back to that after scorching them with play action on first down. Great call by the defensive coaches for Team Alberta.
Lafreniere was able to fall forward, so 2nd and 8.
And you'll see they've got number 11 in the boundary, but what they've done is Team Alberta has flipped corners. Liam is up top now playing field corner. Matchup change here in the boundary.
Alberta, a bit of a delayed blitz. Pass out to that field side, juggled and caught just inside the 40. It will be a 3rd down and 2. Catch made by Cam Lopson.
And again, it looked like that Team Alberta defense again with that inside looping pressure. 3rd play in a row. Great connection to the field side, leaves you 3rd and short, and it looks like the offense is staying out here for Team Saskatchewan.
3rd and 2. Playbook's open, but running yards have not been easy to come by. Lafreniere in the backfield, 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Here we go, huge play. They'll go to the air, quick pass out to the left side. They find Barton. Barton's got a block on the edge, and just at the last second, that Alberta player came off of it and forced him out of bounds, but Saskatchewan will take it. Big first down at the 30-yard line.
And that's the disadvantage of being in man coverage on 3rd down. Both defensive backs on that side are playing off. And unfortunately, Saskatchewan converts on that first down. And if Team Alberta had done their homework, they would have seen Saskatchewan run boundary curls on 3rd and short 3 times on Wednesday. Unfortunate for the preparation of Team Alberta there.
Liam Campbell came off that block at the last second. Otherwise, Barton might have been gone to the end zone. There's about 30 yards worth of green space ahead of him. Bizarkowitz taking a shot towards the end zone, draws the flag. He was targeting Cam Lobston, and this is DPI all the way.
And I'm gonna say it, these DBs with the black helmets are infamous for taking pass interferences like this. You got two hands on them, you're grabbing the jersey. Anytime you are at the goal line, the decisions are magnified. And unfortunately, Team Alberta all over there. All of the defensive backs all over the slot back there. That's a talented DB, just a little bit too eager. Gonna give up 15 yards on the pass interference.
So is that argument at this level? It's not a spot foul like it is in the CFL. So if you're around the goal line, it's a lot better to take that 15 yards because they don't put the ball down where it happens. They do just move it up 15 yards.
I never gave up a touchdown in junior football, but I did take a lot of 15-yard penalties in the end zone.
So Saskatchewan will take it to the 15. Bizarkowitz pressured, running out of time. Kind of had to throw it away. The throw was rushed. He was targeting Peterson.
And it looked like they got away with a hold on the inside there as the interior pressure from Team Alberta was close. Yeah, number 5 on the hold. The interior pressure was almost there. Great mobility from the Saskatchewan quarterback. 2nd and 10.
Field goal would bring it to within 1, but overall doesn't do too much for Saskatchewan. At some point in this game, they're going to want a touchdown. Need 10.
And look at the matchup at the top of the screen, 21 and 11.
Saskatchewan going to go to the air. That's what they're going to target. Going to the end zone. Touchdown! Saskatchewan, Nolan Holmes.
I highlighted it earlier. This is how elite coaching staffs win football games. They noticed the matchup of number 11 versus number 21 is something that was favorable for Saskatchewan. We've highlighted it. They find number 21, they see him up at the boundary corner, and Saskatchewan delivers a go-ahead touchdown as we just go under the 3-minute warning at McMahon Stadium.
So a late lead now for Saskatchewan. That was the last play before the 3-minute warning, so still time left for Team Alberta to respond with an extra point here. Team Saskatchewan can go for field goal.
Someone's got to wake up the secondary here from Team Alberta. That's a matchup that they went at all series. We got to be aware of that, fellas.
Big extra point here for Kai Griffin to make it a 22-19 lead. Kick is up and through.
And the extra point is good.
But also, you got to look at the offense and say great recognition there. They saw right away they had one-on-one coverage at the top, and they took their shot to the end zone.
I think this has been radioed down from the booth. Whoever is upstairs for Saskatchewan has identified this matchup and has noticed their ability for number 11, Nolan Holmes, to get behind number 21, Liam Campbell, in coverage. And that is the 4th time they've thrown it, and they've gone 2 for 2 touchdowns. Got to be aware of that. But here we go. 2 minutes, 54 seconds left. It's a 22-19 football game. And with this absolutely explosive offense from Team Alberta, anything's possible here in the remaining 3 minutes. And Connor, this is shaping out to be exactly what we expected for a gold medal game.
Team Alberta down by 3. Remember, they got a kicker that we know can hit from 36. So they don't need everything on this drive. Still a lot of time left. Timeouts in the pockets of both of these coaches as well. Kickoff goes to Obo. Can he spring something on the return? Trying to find the edge. Fakes going to the middle, and that'll let him pick up an extra 8 yards or so. Takes it out to the 38.
Back to return the kickoff for Team Alberta. Brought down on the near side of the field by number 80, Alex Fairbairn.
And they haven't had fear kicking off to Obo all day as he's fumbled 3 returns today, but he is still so elusive with that football. You got to have better edge dominance than that, Team Saskatchewan. .32 set. Obo's in at weak side slot.
Saskatchewan crowd's getting loud. Might have forced a mix-up here. Koronik had to pull it. He was trying to hand it off. Instead, he scrambles for a gain of just 2. Saskatchewan's defense standing tall.
That's the 3rd play from this Team Alberta offense where there has been a miscommunication in the backfield. We need to fix that. We had it on the 2-point conversion, and we had it on the last drive. That is something where we are just losing it down due to miscommunications.
Not sure if it'll be 3 down territory from here. Don't think so. Lots of time left. They really need 8. Koronik scans, tries to find Obo. It's tipped,
And Obo took a shot there.
which is legal if that ball was tipped. If that ball's not tipped, it's a PI. Let's see. I think
Bring up third and 8 for Alberta.
We'd call that, oh, that is
right there. 51, Luke Hancock out of the Yorkton Gritters.
I know that as a rat concept, and what that is you've got 2 players that are trying to set what you would call a basketball pick, and then you bring the underneath with Obo from the backside. That is a great concept in man coverage, but it looked like Team Saskatchewan sat back in their poster cover 3 defense and made the play.
So now 2:20 left. Alberta down by 3, has to punt it away. They're just too deep in their own territory. Too many yards to go, and the punt is high above Preston. He gets drilled inside his own 15. Huge play for Team Saskatchewan. That was Jeremiah Sullivan breaking through, and they will start in the red zone.
I am frustrated with these mistakes on special teams, but great job by Saskatchewan to capitalize. That snap just a little bit high, and as a long snapper, I can tell you that's the worst feeling in the world. We call that the look back. Anytime you got to look back, that's not good, and a turnover there costs Team Alberta a huge swing in field position.
So this game, Saskatchewan can pretty much end it with a touchdown on any play. Never want to say never, but it would be really hard for Alberta to come back. Down 2 possessions this late. It'll be a handoff to the right side, and well, it's kind of a win for the Team Alberta defense there because Nightingale goes out of bounds, which will stop the clock.
Yeah, and it looks like we are making a substitution here for Team Saskatchewan, but this is an important down. What you can do here is you can win the ball game if you put up a touchdown here. But if Team Alberta is able to force the stop and hold Team Saskatchewan to a field goal, it remains a 1-possession game.
We'll see after this if Alberta gets the stop. I wonder if Saskatchewan would consider going for it, considering how deep they are in Alberta territory. And it would be awful field position for a Team Alberta offense. So it could be 3 down territory here. Saskatchewan might still have the run game in front of them.
If it's me, I want to take this game out of the talented Alberta field goal kickers' grasp. If it's me, I want to go up by 6 points. So even though if I want to be aggressive here with my second down play call, but I'm making sure the clock stays running and I'm making sure we're not turning over the ball, worst case scenario, we walk out of here with 3 points and make this a 6-point ball game.
Is there a player down, or do we get a timeout? Maybe they...
It was a timeout, Team Saskatchewan. They just wanted to talk about this important second down here.
Makes sense. Like I said, that clock was stopped with a player going out of bounds. So what does Saskatchewan have drawn up? Like I said, you can still run here. They got Nightingale in the backfield, and they have 5 excellent receivers spread out around them.
Look at the splits by number 30 there. He's pretty tight to the box. Look for him to add in with a sub motion.
Looks like 6 players on the line here for Team Alberta. 5 will go. Play action into the flats. It's intercepted. No, dropped. Oh my goodness, a golden opportunity, well defended by Ryder Frampton, but oh boy, if he could have returned that, there was a lot of space in front of him.
Oh my goodness, just like we said, they released that sub motion, and if you are the defensive back here, you pick that ball off, you run that thing back for a touchdown, you might get yourself your name in the paper, young fella, but it looked like the eyes a little bit too big there as you get 2 points for the knockdown, 4 points for the interception, but the important thing is a big stop for Team Alberta on second down.
Yeah, I tell you what, Frampton, he's going to be kicking himself, but, you know, he still keeps his team in the game there, jumps that route. Excellent play, forces Saskatchewan to a field goal opportunity from 14, a big one, to extend the lead to 6. Hold is good, kick is up from Griffin, and it's got plenty of leg in it. We've got 2 good kickers in this game, and with 1:58, Alberta's going to get the ball back.
And again, on that second down play, I just want to highlight Team Alberta's recognition of that sub motion. That's one of those things where you see wide receiver split, he's tight to the box on an important down. That is going to give you some pre-snap information. Really good job by Team Alberta being ready for that one on the crucial second down.
So Team Alberta will set up Offense is headed out there, I think. Well, they will set up a kick return here. Been some excellent football this week. First place game between Saskatchewan and Alberta. Team BC beat Team Manitoba this morning, 12-9. So close game there, and we got another close game here. Alberta down a touchdown without the extra points, so still some time left, minute 58. And they got Thorpe and Oboe back to return, but Saskatchewan's coverage units have been excellent today.
So, for simplicity's sake, you know what you need here if you're Team Alberta. Nothing will do unless it's a major. So, everything is going to be geared towards one final drive. I'm interested to see who's going to come out for quarterback for Team Alberta.
Koronic has played the second half, but Heineman had a little more success in the first. Kickoff juggled around a bit by Oboe, trying to take it outside around the 25, and once again, the Team Saskatchewan special teams was all over him. It's not the first time this game I have called the name of Xavier Conley from the Bethlehem Stars.
And Connor, it looks like quarterback number 7, Harrison Heineman's coming out to lead this Team Alberta offense here on the what could be the final drive of the game.
Remember, he's coming in cold. He hasn't played since the first half. And they rotated quarterbacks, threw in Koronic.
They've got 2 quarterbacks out there. I apologize.
Oh, my. Oh, well, watch out for some trickeration. Heineman's at the bottom of the screen. Yeah, they throw it to him. Now they got to throw it forward. Do they have Oboe? No. They had Oboe down the field. And they just decided to, Heineman at least, decided to just pull the plug and run it. Still a pickup of 7 on first down.
Yeah, anytime that you are playing a team with 2 quarterbacks that can play, you always need to make sure you're aware of those numbers. As we see a 2 quarterback set there, alert the double pass. Hey, they pick up 5 yards on first down.
2 quarterbacks still on the field here.
I believe that's Yip at the bottom of the screen.
They're going to fake the handoff. It's going to be another quarterback to quarterback. Oh, that is Yip, sorry. Yeah, 1, not 7. And a first down for Team Alberta.
And they may be fortunate that they're going to rule that a catch. They looked like that ball might have popped out.
There's
at
a
the end of the
conversation
run.
here between 2 officials on that near side. Looks like a catch to me. The question is, would it be a fumble?
I would deem that as an incompletion. And the reason why is it looked like the ball was there and the receiver did not establish possession of it before the ball was out. Again, highlight the officials here coming together to talk about this. That is a great, that's the mark of a experienced officiating crew. This is an important down. It's an important call. We're going to talk about this, and let's get the right call.
Team Alberta's offense wants to get going, of course, but this officiating crew knows this is crucial. Let's get another look at it. So he catches it, turns forward, ball still, okay. First look, it looked like there was a football move made, but that ball was still juggling around. They have called it a catch. Maybe one of those things where they called it a catch on the field and they just couldn't overturn it because they couldn't come to a conclusive decision.
You're probably right, Connor. Big play for Team Alberta.
So it is Koronic at quarterback. Pitch to Thorpe, looking for a big play on the toss. Thorpe rumbling for the first down across midfield. It's a big gain into Saskatchewan territory.
And Saskatchewan did a great job of recognizing this motion earlier where they go into a 41 set and then bring the toss to the 4 receiver side. It looked like they fell asleep there. But hey, good job, Coach Dennis Holloway-Chuck, going back to the well on the toss.
And Alberta will call a timeout.
Alberta has called a timeout here with 1:24 to go.
In the 4th quarter.
Yeah, and this is why it's important to save those timeouts. Here we are, and Coach Holloway-Chuck's going to grab his 12 guys and say, listen, fellas, it's 1st and 10. We've just crossed midfield. We need to get a touchdown. There's 1:24 left. A few things that can't happen here. We can't take procedure penalties, and we can't take 15-yard penalties. We will not have a turnover, but we need to fight the clock. And I'm telling my guys, when you catch the ball, we need you to get out of bounds. Every time you get out of bounds, it buys that coaching staff a little bit of time to get a better play call in for the next play.
In-house clock tells us that Alberta still has 1 timeout left. I think if they had 1 left, they might have not called that there with 1:24 still left. Lots can happen. So, you know, Tommy, I always love looking at football sidelines because at any moment there could be 2 players get it going on a headbutting match, and these guys are still into it.
I love football because it is a violent sport with a capital V, and we have seen some impressive contact here today. And this is the time where we're in the fourth quarter, and it is going to come down to what team is going to execute here with 1:25 left on the clock.
84 seconds left in the game. Alberta needs 52 yards to tie. Team Saskatchewan's defense with a stop can win the game. They fake the sweep over the middle. It's caught. First down, Ben McCauley.
I love the distraction with Obo on the fly motion. He's been so dangerous from that position. Great job by the receiver to settle in the hole. See how he doesn't continue to run. He's open, he breaks down, catches the football, gets the first down for Team Alberta.
There is a player down here for Team Saskatchewan, so a couple whistles there. That is Samuel Dean from the Marion Graham Falcons. All right, so Team Alberta's offense rolling a little bit here. You know, they've had some success here in the second half. In the end, Saskatchewan's defense has forced them to just 6 points.
Yeah, this has been some exciting football. You're at the point now as the second game, you've got a better feel for your offensive weapons as a play caller. The same goes as a defense. We've seen the Saskatchewan defense rally and make big plays. You are one turnover away from sealing this game. And here it's going to come down to this. Which all-star is going to make a play here to separate themselves and put their team ahead in the gold medal game at the Western Challenge?
Seen a couple tipped passes from the Saskatchewan D-line. It can be a play like that on a crucial second or third down that can decide this game.
Yeah, absolutely. A turnover ends the game. And all we're telling our Saskatchewan defense, I'm telling my defensive backs, keep everything in front of you. We cannot allow a defender behind us. The only thing that's going to end this game is a touchdown. So what that means is be disciplined with your reads and be disciplined with your leverage. Be over the top. Don't get caught staring into the backfield.
Alberta will snap it at the 39. You get a look there. Unfortunately, Samuel Dean needing some help off the field late in this game. Offense a little jumpy here. Got to wait for Dean to get off, and then we'll whistle the play in. Here we go. Minute 18 still left. Clock will run on the whistle. They'll fake to Obo again. Same look we just got. Pass out to the right side. It is not caught. Excellent defense there from Carver McClellan from the Balgoni Griffins.
Great fade on this play by Yip. I love that he fades off on this. And that looked like that was a different quarterback throwing that one, but great defensive back play. One of the things we always like to highlight is eye discipline. See how the defensive back does not turn his eyes back to the quarterback. He plays the receiver and forces the pass break up. That's a statement play from the Saskatchewan defense.
2nd and 10. Crucial play. 3 down territory. You don't need a first. Want to pick up some yards though. Koronic to the air. Flushed out of the pocket out left. Has a receiver wide open and finds him. It's caught. Brady Lafferty. Haven't called his name much today, but a crucial one there. First down at the 22.
And it looked like Lafferty sprung loose on the fly and die as the wide side wide out. Really cool that he is sitting there and he is open. He is available. The best receivers are those that are open. Great job catching the football, securing the catch, and getting a first down.
1st and 10, 60 seconds left. Clock stopped as he went out of bounds. Koronic can't find anybody, tries to run it, makes a couple miss, might have the edge across the 15 towards the sideline. First down inside the 10.
Wow, and it seemed like he had an eternity in the pocket there. Look at this, he's trying to go through his boundary side progression, but nothing is opening up. Great job by that Alberta offensive line staying at work and moving bodies. This is an all-star quarterback, and for Team Saskatchewan, that secondary does a great job covering down, but allowing the talented quarterback to rush for a first down.
The ball is at the 8.
And you've got lots of time here, 48 seconds, so you can call anything as they bring in their heavy package with the LCI and Claire's Home products in the backfield.
Hurlburt is back there, a defensive player. No, Logan Hurlburt Touchdown! A special teams ace, a defensive stalwart, and the tying touchdown on offense.
What a play call here. This guy has been a difference maker on special teams, a difference maker on defense, and hey, why not, young fella, be the difference maker on offense to score the go-ahead touchdown in the fourth quarter of the gold medal game. What a touchdown. Claire's home. Wow, Mr. Hurlburt, touchdown.
I wonder if he'll get a player of the game.
Oh my goodness. What play design and what a call and great execution from Team Alberta. Gives them the lead. Hopefully gives them the lead.
Well, Team Saskatchewan was hoping not, but it is up and through for Sam Preston. Big extra point. Team Alberta up by 1, and now 44 seconds left to work for a Team Saskatchewan offense that has struggled here in the second half.
And one of the problems Team Saskatchewan's going to face is they've burned their 2 timeouts. They used one earlier after an injury timeout when they had a missed substitution on a special teams play. That might come back to cost them here with 44 seconds left, no timeouts. You're only a field goal game, which means that timeout could be crucial. If you're Saskatchewan, you're telling your offense, hey, we got to go turbo here. As soon as we get that football, we got to find vision upfield and we got to get out of bounds. What a fourth quarter of football here at McMahon Stadium.
Tell you what, this isn't a field goal game. This is a Rouge game, Tommy. Everything still in play for Saskatchewan. A punt through the back of the end zone would tie. A field goal could win it.
We could see it. Nothing keeps me awake at night like thinking about punt out, one of the most exciting plays in Canadian football. If it's a one-point ball game, you have the opportunity to kick the ball through the end zone for a single point. It's what makes this game unique. It's what makes this game great. But for a special teams coordinator, it is a challenge, and it is especially a challenge on an all-star week. You haven't had much time to work. Maybe that's something that this game comes down to.
Team Alberta has called a timeout here on the kickoff. Now is not the time to mess something up. You got one in your back pocket. Thought they might have wanted to save it for defense. So, okay, so your Team Saskatchewan got some playmakers on offense. First, you got to get a good kick return here, get good field position with 44 seconds left, and then there's no doubt you have to go to the air here. Who are they looking in the direction of here for Team Saskatchewan? We've seen Austin Barton open over the middle a couple times. He's scored touchdowns this week. Lobson has been big in this game with a few catches. They've targeted Nolan Holmes a few times as well.
What I want to highlight first before we go to that is Coach Hassett called this timeout to see what returner Saskatchewan was sending out. He is going to signal to his kickoff unit where he wants the ball to go here. That is excellent management from the special teams unit. The reason why you do that is you don't put the ball in a dangerous ball carrier's hand. Now, to get to your question, Connor, what I am looking for here if I'm Saskatchewan, give me number 11, Nolan Holmes, the over-the-top powerhouse. I want to find him. Go back to the matchup that you've been successful with here at McMahon Stadium.
Angle towards the sideline. It'll be taken by Barton. Not a lot of room to move around down there. Excellent kickoff from Preston. And Saskatchewan will start from their own 29.
And that's why they took the timeout. They said, we are going to kick this into a hole so that we can limit the return here. Really smart decision and smart special teams play call from Team Alberta there. And hey, put the 4s up. We're in the fourth quarter, 26-25. Team Alberta leading Saskatchewan, 40 seconds left. Time to dial it in here, Connor.
Saskatchewan doesn't have a lot of time to work. Need to get it into field goal range here, down by 1. It is on the shoulders of Sam Bazarkowicz. Pressure. Flushed out of the pocket, goes back over the middle. Complete. What a throw from Sam Bazarkowicz. He finds Cam Lopson. First down and a gain of 15. Clock will be running here when the whistle's in.
Really good confidence from the quarterback here to extend this play, and this is the benefit of having a left-hand quarterback. He flushes to the left-hand side. He's able to make that throw, finds the crossing receiver. Great pickup on first down.
32 seconds, Saskatchewan's ready to go. Only 4 seconds will tick off till the snap of the football. Good clock management from Saskatchewan. They're going deep and out of the reach as Fairbairn was well covered.
Yeah, and that's a wheel route to the field side, and the timing was just off there. We saw the routes break down with the double slants. I want to see those slants run through. When the slants run through, that's going to attract that underneath halfback defender to jump the slant. Unfortunate for Team Saskatchewan there.
21 seconds left. This time the clock is stopped off the incomplete pass. Maybe time for just a couple more plays for Saskatchewan. If they do get it, they got to get out of bounds quick. If they're in field goal range, they can get down quick too.
We're thinking quick out or quick curl into the boundary here on 2nd and 10.
Bizarkowicz, it's a screen plate. They find Lafreniere. He's got some room in front of him. Tries to cut out of bounds. He will. Big play by Lafreniere. They will get at least another play on offense off.
And he's been quiet today. He was a player that made a difference on Wednesday, and it's great to see them getting the ball in his hands, because that's a big pickup. Safe play call, get the ball out to the back, picks up the first down, 13 seconds left. You got to make something happen here.
Clock is stopped. They need it. They need it this play. They can use the whole field. Remember, as long as you're down before the zeros, you get one more play. Bizarkowicz rolling to the right. Looking deep into coverage. It is caught! Play of the game, Logan Peterson deep in Alberta territory. There's 5 seconds still on the clock.
This is heartbreaking for the Team Alberta secondary. And again, we see a mistake tracking the ball in the air. They're going to go vertical, guys. It's 13 seconds left. How are we allowing separation behind us? That can't happen. Big mistake by Team Alberta. Way to capitalize, Team Saskatchewan.
Not an easy catch for Peterson there down the sideline. All right, this is the football game. Kai Griffin.
Unreal, guys. Unreal that we just gave that up. That's got to be something that we got to tell our guys, hey, we got to be over the top. There's 13 seconds left. Go ahead, field goal. Here we are.
Kai Griffin for the win. A block or a miss. Team Alberta gets it. The snap is off. Ball is on the ground. Griffin, it's desperation time. Throws it. Intercepted by one of the big men. Team Alberta is going to win it.
And just like that, they crown themselves the gold medal champions here at McMahon Stadium in this Western Challenge. They get a bad snap and are able to rally to the football. Team Alberta comes out on top. What a football game. And the hosts are champions and bringing the gold medal home here to Alberta. This is great work by Coach Matt Hassett and the rest of his coaching staff here for Team Alberta. What a turn of events, and absolutely heartbreaking for Team Saskatchewan. You get the miracle play with 13 seconds left as your receiver creates separation, and you get a very manageable field goal. That is the situation. If you've got a timeout, you don't need to rush, okay? You let that play clock expire. It should have been the last play regardless, but they mishandled the snap, and that's a tragic way for Team Saskatchewan to end here at McMahon.
But what a last-minute effort. You kind of knew with 44 seconds left in that Team Saskatchewan offense that they were not out of it whatsoever. And, you know, in the end, these showcase tournaments, the wins and losses matter to the athletes, but the purpose of a week like this is to develop players, get some good football, and get them reps in really high-stakes scenarios like we've seen today. And both teams giving us, you know, what we tuned in for today, 26-25, just a 1-point game. Either team could have came out on top.
You're absolutely correct, and I have an inkling that this is going to be even sweeter for Team Alberta beating their rivals, Team Saskatchewan. And Team Saskatchewan, again, they are one of the elite programs here in Canada. And you're right, the purpose of this tournament is to showcase some of the individual talents that are across this great country. And that was an amazing game. I can't believe that. 1 point separating these guys here today. What a football game, Connor.
Teams will shake hands. Be sure to stick around for players of the game. Also want to give one last shout out to our proud sponsor. These games are proudly sponsored by Tourism Calgary. Calgary, Blue Sky City.
And Team Alberta is fired up here. They have worked hard for weeks preparing for this. They knew they were going to get Saskatchewan. And any time that you've got Saskatchewan in your house, you want to give them your best shot. And I think we saw that here today. But again, we've said it a few times. The difference between winning and losing is a few plays, and it's all about special teams. We saw Alberta fumble a punt return and give up a safety early. We then saw Team Saskatchewan with an A-gap pressure and take the ball off the punter's foot and return it to the 5-yard line, which they scored on. And finally, the final special teams play of the game is the final field goal. It looked like it was a short one, and unfortunate for Team Saskatchewan, they do not successfully snap it back, and it ends up being a Team Alberta victory. Unreal. Player of the game for Team Alberta, what's your guess? Or do you know? Do you have the envelope? You have the
Might
envelope.
have it right in front
It's
of me
sealed.
here. So, I mean, I think we can probably guess the one on defense, a little bit of a hint.
The offense, I mean, yeah, I don't know on offense, but defense,
The winners are receiving the
I think there's just a player of the game for me.
Presenting today's Player of the Game awards.
These cool
the
white
president of
hats, a
Football
unique
Alberta,
thing
Brian
Football
Bradford.
Alberta does to recognize players of the game. Gives
The
kids a
defensive player of the
souvenirs to
game
take home,
for
represent this great
Saskatchewan.
city.
Number 34, Xavier Connolly.
So it is Xavier Conley from the Bethlehem Stars getting the player of the game for the Saskatchewan defense. He was excellent today.
Connolly, a member of the Bethlehem
Yeah, and I want to give
Stars
a
from
shout out to
Saskatoon.
defensive back number 15, Cruz Simak Goler. You were excellent today as well.
Now we'll go to the player of the game for the Team Alberta defense.
Alberta's player
or
of
special
the game,
teams,
ranging from Clare's
and
home
in the end,
to Clare's home.
on
Alberta's
offense
number 8,
as well.
Hurlbert.
Logan Hurlbert, well deserved here.
Very well deserved. And we highlighted him early when we ISO-cammed him on that kickoff. He makes plays on special teams. He was an impact player with those inside blitzes on defense. And to cap it off, the go-ahead touchdown as the fullback on offense, making plays on all 3 facets of the game. Well deserved. Mr. Hurlbert out of Southern Alberta, Clare's home. Good for him. And that cowboy hat, I'm sure, will be one of many in his
Saskatchewan's
collection.
Player of the game, ranging from Aberdeen, Saskatchewan, playing for the St. Joseph Guardians.
So now we go
Quarterback
to the
number 1,
offensive
Sam
player of the game
Bazarkiewicz.
for Team Saskatchewan. Sam Bazarkiewicz helped his team to 25 points, got them within range of what could have been a game-winning field goal. Not much left on the table for Bazarkiewicz today. Played absolutely great all week long.
The number one intangible for young quarterbacks is competitiveness, and what I saw from this player is his desire to go out and will his team to success. Shout out to number 1, Sam
And our player
Bazarkiewicz out of the St.
from
Joseph Guardians.
Alberta, playing for the Notre Dame Pride. From Calgary, number 2, Aaron Obo.
And probably no surprise here for the Alberta offense. It all ran through this guy right here, Aaron Obo.
Absolutely, but I do want to shout out Coach DeLuzio. If you're watching this right now, I know you're going to send this guy to work on some punt returns after 3 fumbles today. But this is excellent, and this is well-deserved. I think Obo distinguished himself as one of the best backs in Canada after this Western Showcase tournament. And he's got speed, he's got ball carrier vision, and a great human being. Well done, Aaron Obo out of Notre Dame.
And I wouldn't want to tackle him. I'll tell you that much.
He's a power back. And, hey, one thing you know about those guys, they're in the weight room over there. They're in the weight room, and they also are in Seniors Pizza in Northeast Calgary.
All right, so we've seen some great football this weekend. Team BC winning this morning 12-9. Team Alberta taking the final game 26-25. Sum up everything that we've seen from Wednesday through Saturday for us here. Tommy?
Hey, what a great weekend of football, Connor. Always a pleasure.
Team Alberta with a first-place win that with just 5 seconds left didn't seem very likely. Team Alberta winning by 1 in a classic against Saskatchewan. Thank you, everyone, from the whole crew here at IC Live for joining us from Calgary, McMahon Stadium, U17 2024 Western Challenge. Team Alberta, our champions.